Ken. Like I'd say like 6 or 7 months back, there's these people that put out a animated show called Murdoch.
Okay.
And they had a clip of Sargon in it. And it's him basically getting a big head and getting full of himself, trying to be a politician, surprisingly. And there's this clip where he turns into like the Akira baby monster at the end, and he starts screaming, "Sargon needs more dopamine." And I thought that was funny as fuck. So I retweeted that. And it like kicked off this sequence of events where his friend wanted me to come on stream, and he asked somebody else to ask me to come on, and I don't know what it's about, so I go on the stream, and there's Sargon in the chat just flipping his shit at me. So I tell him to get on, and Sargon lays it out, and he's like, "Oh, Jim, you should have been a leader in Gamergate. You were a coward, and you need to do this and this," and just all this really pompous bullshit. And so that's kind of, I guess, what I'm amazed. I see Sargon constantly saying things in the chat. Bring him in. He seems to be rather talkative.
I'll message him. All right.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure he's going to get the message. He'll hear me saying this right now, so he'll check Skype.
I'll send him a message over on Skype. The thing is, Jim, is that like, I just think you're going a little bit too far with this. Like, I realize that
I'm not on anybody's side. If I think something is dumb and gay, I'm gonna fucking laugh at it. I don't care if it's you or the alt-right or anybody else. If it amuses me, I'm going to laugh at it. This
fair enough. You're free to do so. I'm not telling you can't.
So how am I going too far? Like, too far in what direction? Laughing at shit?
I just think that you're taking advantage of something you're misunderstanding, and then you're misconstruing it, and it's just weird. It's like, I don't want you to do it.
Man of the hour.
All right.
Jim, you sound kind of rustled. What's going down?
I don't know. Did you send Lewis here to talk to me because I was making fun of some dumb shit?
No,
I
he
wanted to talk to
debate
you.
Because, Sargon, I noticed you did the same thing with V when he got pulled into something after you told him not to do it, and then he ended up in there, and then you were in the comment section talking. I don't know. That's a little weird. It's a little coincidental.
Jim,
I talk to my friends.
Mysteries of the universe.
I talk to my friends. Is that okay with you?
I don't know.
You don't know if it's okay. I talk to my friends.
I don't know. I don't know if I should give you permission or not.
Jim,
that's the thing that you're going to have to come to terms with, isn't it?
So, Sargon, what's with the fucking fart huffing?
Well, I think Louis explained it.
Well, you can explain it, because he does he speak for you?
Yes, he's my minion.
Yeah, not yet. He's got to pay me. The check hasn't cleared yet, so I'm waiting on that.
Jim, honestly, are you not like watching your own reaction to this?
Yeah, all I know is I'm making some jokes on Twitter. I get pulled in here. You're in the comment section, and now you're in the call.
Here, didn't you? I mean, like, this is so weird. Like, should we just let the SJWs carry on unopposed? Because it'd be.
Oh my God, Sargon! Yeah, we need the freedom fighter of Sargon of Akkad to go win the West for the world.
We don't. Without
you,
are you saying
you will be in shackles,
against social justice, buddy?
Without you, we'll be in shackles. We need you to save us.
Probably not.
Weak and stupid is the greatest weaponization against SJW.
That's the thing. At least he wants to do something, and that's all I think is something. It's all I'm recognizing here is that he's one of the few people that actually wants to try something, and I'm like, good, let's do it. Like, what's wrong with that?
Great. And like I said, I find it funny how he's going about it, and I find the name to be funny.
It's the only one I could think of. I mean, it logically makes sense, and it's not already taken. So,
why didn't you go with individualist?
Because it's a description of what a liberal is. It's a component of liberalism.
Yeah.
You don't think
liberalist is a bit on the nose.
Honestly, when someone who understands political philosophy explains to you why, like, being shocked that a group of individualists can form a group, you're going to feel really dumb. I'm not even joking, man.
Oh my God, do I need to read more? Do I need to read some more Locke to get up on your level? To get up on your level and understand things better?
It's not like my level. It's just what the things mean.
This is pretty basic, man. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
it's
why I wanted to talk to you. It's really why I wanted to talk.
I don't think so, Lewis. What I think is that you didn't like me making fun of this. And so this just comes across as really...
It's uncool. It's totally uncool, dude. It's don't get me wrong, right? I agree with you. It is the lamest fucking thing. You are way cooler than this, and I don't know why you're wasting any of your time on it.
Well, because I was invited. The quartering said Lewis wanted to talk, so I was like, all right, I'll pop in.
Well, he did. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, it's totally fucking lame. I agree with you.
Okay. Well, this was educational,
Sargon.
Sure,
did you want to tell people what you did believe? Because I know you were doing fucking diving with Lewis.
videos. I look
think that's
forward
really
to you
funny.
winning the West.
Are you running away?
I said I look forward to you winning the West. I'm giving you
I bet you
congratulations.
do,
I'm
'cause you
so
agree
in your
with me.
camp.
That's the thing, isn't it? You agree with what I believe.
No, I don't, because I think
what
it's
do you believe
dumb
in?
what you're doing. I think that this
No,
organization and
not my
politicalization
method of
of your
actions.
YouTube
Not
videos
my
is fucking
method of
retarded.
action. Not my method
Huh?
of action, but what I believe, you agree with, don't you?
Okay, list your beliefs off. Let's go down the list.
Sure. I think we should
Okay.
have individual rights. We should have freedom of opportunity. We should have access to markets, personal responsibility. I mean, are there any things here that you're disagreeing with?
Well, is there anything that specifically nails that down as liberalism? Is it, like compared to conservatism?
Yeah, political philosophy, commonly known as liberalism. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying what differentiates what you just said in the vaguest of terms from conservatism?
Conservatism is a variant of liberalism. It's like a modern bifurcation of it. But the problem, I don't think you must understand that we're currently facing people who, the reason I'm talking about it on these like basic principle level is because the people we're dealing with disagree on the basic principle level.
And
That's
what
why we have to
people
talk about
are you disagreeing with? Because you talked about your enemies in that video. So who are your
the
enemies?
SJWs and the alt-right. Any
So the
collectivists.
okay, wait, no. So the alt-right is your enemy.
Yeah. Have you not looked at the way they treat me?
Did they not treat you kindly?
Do you think they did?
I don't know. People
Is there
talk shit on the
anyone
internet all the
who
time.
doesn't look
I
like
get
they
shit
do?
talked on the internet all the time.
Well, that's good. I don't do that as much.
You don't get shit talked?
Oh, well, I get shit talked all the time. I just don't spend too much time indulging in it.
Okay. So, are you
seriously?
continuing
What
on
like what
with
beliefs
Kraut's-
do you have that are inconsistent with just the sort of classical Enlightenment liberalism? What do you hold?
Okay, no, this is what I'm more curious about now. Now I'm interested. So you're going to counter the SJWs, but what are you going to do?
I just asked you a question. Do you mind answering it? I'm not going to answer another question. I just want you to answer one.
Okay,
on, this is your big
say
fear,
your
isn't
question again. Say your question again.
Sure. What personal beliefs do you hold that conflict with the sort of standard understanding of Enlightenment liberalism?
Well, if you give me some vague definition, I would say none then, right? I mean, we can use vagaries and not get into specific policies. Individual rights is great, but give me more to bite into.
No, that's a great idea.
Because they
disagree with
because
there are loads of people who think that individual rights aren't great.
Yes. That's the fucking point.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree on that, buddy.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Now let's get back to my question. You said you're going to counter SJWs, but the alt-right is also your enemy. So what are you going to do to counter them?
Nothing. They're irrelevant.
So if they're irrelevant, why are they counted amongst your enemies?
Because they're people who oppose me.
Oppose you or liberalism?
Me and liberalism.
Are you the group? Is it like your thing?
I'm not the group.
All right, say that again. You cut out a little.
I personally am not a group, no.
No, but you said, I said you define them as our enemies.
I know what you're trying to do. I know that you think this is like, you think that I'm
asking you really simple questions. You said our enemies, and you listed them as SJWs and alt-right. And then when I said, what are you going to do to counter them? You're like, well, they're mean to me. It seems to be specific to you.
I didn't say that they were mean to me after you said, what are you going to do to counter them? What I'm going to do to counter them is just advocate like they do. Hold conferences, talk to people, try and put across a set of principles that are more positive than, you know what, it's okay to say fuck white people. I think that's a good start, don't you?
Sure.
Oh, I'm glad we're on agreement there. Because I was honestly wondering that you didn't. I mean, it's like this cool kid on the internet.
I don't know. I mean, I have been hanging out with Lotex a lot,
adorable.
and he is the king of SJWs. I mean, he does run something awful. I might have gone full goon. What's that?
Sorry, who was that?
I said I have been talking a lot to Lotex and hanging out with him. I don't know. He's the leader of something awful. Maybe I've gone full goon. Maybe I've turned SJW on you. Maybe fuck white people and fuck Drumpf.
Okay. I would love for you to start making content like that.
But Sargon, honestly, and I don't know if anybody else is going to tell you this, so I'm just going to tell you this honestly.
I know what you're going to say. It's cringy. I know.
No, I just think you're getting a little high off your own ego.
Yeah,
and
some of the comments I would agree with you if like everyone wasn't calling me the leader of something, and I was like, I'm not the leader of something. And everyone's like, yeah, you are the leader of something, and now we're going to act like you're the leader of something. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just be the leader of something. And everyone's like, oh, you can't do that. That's up your own ass. I'm just doing what people are telling me that I am, and that's fine. I'd rather not do any of this. honestly, I cannot wait to do my shitty video games. You just have no fucking idea how much that costs me. But at the moment, I mean, I heard Louis explaining to you like the depth of the problem of SJWs, and I don't think you're ignorant of it anyway. And so you're something like acting like this is something I want to do, and it's really not.
Well, Sargon, but you're a proud individualist, right? I mean, you make your own decisions. Why are you letting peer pressure pull you into a direction you don't want to go?
You don't know what an individualist means?
Sargon, I'm saying, why are you letting a group dictate to you what you're doing?
Because I'm not like a Randian objectivist. I'm not an anarchist.
Sargon, you're telling me you don't want to do it. Why are you letting them pressure you into doing it?
Because it needs to be done, Jim. That's fucking why, mate. Do you know in my country they are teaching 4-year-olds about being transgender or not?
Yeah, I can imagine that's probably going on in a lot of places.
You think that's a good idea?
No, I would not think that was a good idea.
Maybe someone should do something, right? But I mean, I wouldn't want to be uncool.
So nobody's speaking out against that.
Fucking no, mate. Honestly,
nobody's speaking out against transgender 4-year-olds.
You will find, I don't know, some conservative politician somewhere who gets roundly lambasted on social media, but they don't know anything about the underlying philosophy. They don't understand any of this.
That's the real issue. You talk about conservatism, Jim, but it's like, yeah, what the fuck is conservatism doing? What have they done other than lose and lose and lose and then get Trump elected and then that's it, at least in the United States context? What are they doing to combat any of this shit? At all.
I have no fucking idea.
Nothing.
My prime minister is a conservative, and the other day she comes out calling for gender equality in the workplace or some shit. It's like, you're not a fucking socialist, bitch. You're the opposite of what you are currently advocating for, at least in name. And it's like, dude, you can sit there and like make fun and go ahead. I don't care, but like to suggest that something doesn't need to be done is weird to me.
I don't know. It's just the timing of this strikes me as odd, man. I mean, you had the stream with Spencer, and he made fun of you for not being as smart as you think you are. And then the Murdoch video came out.
That was a bit of an ironic statement, wasn't it?
Yeah, true. And then the Murdoch video came out and mocked you, for literally becoming an Akira baby.
Okay.
And
I'm sure that's very
the stepfather meme that's going around. And it's just weird. It almost seems like they're saying you're too dumb to do this, and like you're doing it just to prove them wrong.
Maybe
that's why I find it.
I should just do nothing.
Well, you could.
Like their estimation is very important to me. So
like
I guess I should regulate myself accordingly. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if you're so easily swayed by other people's opinions, I might as well throw mine out there. I don't really
think that's it, because how long have they been saying the exact same things? And like I said, this goes back at least even a couple of years of just general vague like antagonism. And it's like, okay, the things that the status quo is not currently working, and the advocates that exist out there that are right-leaning or more conservative, the only ones that have any real traction that I've seen are people like Paul Joseph Watson, who aren't exactly, in my opinion, like deep thinkers. Like, I watch his channel, I like his channel, I like Paul Joseph Watson, and he does have traction, but he's not actually getting into like the real difference in principles to what's going on here between the different sides. He just generally mocks the other side. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think it's advancing anything that could actually correct the issue.
Okay. Well, like I said, Sargon, I'm giving you an honest assessment. I think you're getting way too high off your own ego. I honestly do. Based on your comments and some of your actions. I'm just telling you that. You can take it or leave it. That's up to you.
No, but like,
I'm fine.
And I think this is cringy as fuck. And I think that if you perpetuate this for like 6 months to 8 months, the amount of shit you got in the past is going to pale compared to what you're going to get in the future.
That's really like your little echo chambers aren't everywhere. This is
what
the thing.
What echo chambers
are kind of. I don't know about half of the stuff you're talking about. So like the whatever it is you're passing around about me, but like, do you not think that
passing around about you?
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Like. You guys say whatever you want. I don't mind. Like,
Well, if you don't know what I'm doing, then how would you know I'm passing around stuff about you?
Because you just brought it up.
So I'm Murdoch now, and I'm Richard Spencer.
Have you not like retweeted something of his?
Well, you wouldn't know, would you?
Maybe someone might have sent me something.
Oh, so people are sending you information about what I do?
Only once.
Oh, just the once.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was that information you got sent that I was doing?
Was this video of the baby thing, which is, I'm sure, completely completely reflective of what it is I believe.
Wait a minute,
I'm
dude.
not at
I
all
just said that
reflective
you
of what
put
you
that video
believe
up because of the
incidentally.
Murdoch thing, and somebody sent it to you, and then you put the video up. So I called that.
Sorry, say again.
I said that, you know, the Richard Spencer saying you were dumber than you think you are, and Murdoch putting the Akira Baby video out got to you. And now you're telling me somebody sent you the information that I tweeted that, and then after you get that information, you put the video up. So I was right.
No, you weren't. This is just like apparently you. I haven't watched your last video about Crowd, but apparently you were clipping that in a weird way as well. This is Jim. Honestly, it's really weird watching you desperately try to make something of this, but it's actually not.
What did I desperately try to make out of Crowd, Sargon? What did I desperately try to make out of Crowd?
You think there's a narrative here. I didn't know about any of this. I've been spending.
Sargon, you're like, I don't know what you do, Jim, and then you say, well, people are sending me information about you, so stop fucking lying. What did I twist about Crowd?
That doesn't give me a comprehensive understanding of the things you're doing. I don't spend very much amount of time.
I don't know what you're doing, Sargon, but people are sending me information about what you're doing. Don't try that pill pull shit on me, man.
Bitch, that is not fucking what you're doing.
I'm being honest with you. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what Jim's up to, but people send me information about Jim. Come on, don't lie so badly. Jesus, step it up, Sargon.
Are you even trying? Are you even trying? Jim,
am I trying what? You're fucking up left and right. What the fuck are you talking about, Sargon?
Think about what you're saying.
I don't know what you're doing, Jim, but people are sending me information about what you're doing just the once. Sure, buddy. Sure.
What is the importance of what you're saying right now?
Because you fucking lied, Sargon. Because you lied.
It's so asinine, Jim.
Well, then why would you lie about something so petty, Sargon? Wait, it makes no sense.
That's the thing, Jim. You've made this narrative up, and now you're certain you're right. And I'm just saying, you're not right, man. I was working on the video all day, but you've now made it up in your head that you're completely correct, and I must be a liar instead of you being wrong.
Sargon, you just told me you don't know what I tweet, and then you told me people send you information, so you do know what I tweet.
You referred to a massive body of work, Jim. A large amount of stuff that's going around.
What the fuck are you talking about, a massive body of work? My tweets are what people send you, Sargon. Which is it?
Why is this a point of contention?
Because you lied, Sargon.
I didn't lie, I'm just
Yes, you did. I don't know what you're doing, Jim, but people are sending me information about what you're doing. Seems like a lie to me.
Yeah, a tweet, Jim.
Okay, then why would you lie about it?
You think that gives me a comprehensive knowledge of your Twitter history?
All I know, dude, is the timing. You got that. You saw the
brilliant timing, man. Brilliant timing.
It
could be exactly as you say, or it could be how I say, which is I was making the video in the time frame you're thinking of. I don't know, man. I'm sorry that you're not correct on this.
Oh God! Why do you do that insufferable chuckle shit when you think you're right about something? It's so fucking annoying. It's so played out. You did it with Spencer too, and it was just cringy as fuck.
Hang on. Let me just say something in defense of the idea of organization or having more live meetups. And Sargon, I know that you can speak to this. That it was probably well over a year ago, or maybe even longer, that you and I had a conversation about what can be done to organize and who could do it in terms of actually trying to do something that could be some sort of political activism against the left, or what would be the progressive left. Did we not at least have one conversation?
If it was a year ago, I can't remember, man.
Well,
I don't know.
We had a conversation about this a long time ago. To say that the timing is just spur of the moment is not true. This is something that has been discussed for a very long time with different people. That one of the real issues is that the voices that are out there, and I could give you an example, Jim, of what I compare this to. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I forgot what Douglas Murray did prior to him actually speaking out against Islam. I don't remember if it had to do with music or history or what. I can't quite remember. But he had something else that he did prior to him speaking out about Islam. But one of the issues with Islam was, or Islamism, was that no one else would speak out about it. And so then he took the initiative to speak out about it. Would you think that Douglas Murray is cringy because he decided to do something that no one else was doing, or at least not enough of people were doing?
Did he brand himself as something when he did it?
An anti-Islamist.
Okay, because
he does speak about the actual, the real principles and the real values, at least in the UK, that are being lost.
Would it be cringy if he called himself something? Would that be cringy?
If he came up with some term like liberalist, yeah, it would be.
Well, what's wrong with?
I think he calls himself a neocon.
So different from socialist or feminist or what?
It's just, it makes me laugh, Sargon.
Yeah, I know.
You
It's
want me
because
to
it's
explain
nerdy.
why it
It's
makes me laugh?
sad, right? I agree, dude. I totally agree, right? And like, look, can we like drop the egos for a minute? Because like, this is something that pisses me off so much. Because everyone is accusing me of being like egotistical about all of this, and I'm really not, right? I don't want to have to be doing these things. I'm not interested in these fucking ego matches. And it's not like I don't know that you do generally have political sympathies in my direction. And it's fine. It doesn't mean you have to join me. I'm not trying to like steal your go-kart or something, because that's really how this is coming across. Like, I understand it's lame to have to do something, to organize something, to stamp something. But if you're not going to do it, Jim, someone's going to fucking have to.
Okay, so the mantle of leadership was thrust upon you, but you'll take it up.
No, it was thrust
Even though
upon
don't
you,
want
you
to.
pussy, and you shut your channel down.
Yeah, I left Gamergate because it turned into a fucking hug box of pussies that were money grubbing fucks that were using it to bank money. Yeah,
So
that's
you should
why I
have done
left.
something about it, shouldn't you?
Well, the whole point during Gamergate was there was no leader, Sargon.
Yeah,
It wasn't my place to step out and tell people
lost,
to get in
didn't
line.
It lost. People have been looking to you for leadership for years.
That was their fucking mistake. I was very clear.
Because you're not a fucking leader. You're a coward.
I was very
That's
clear
the problem.
at the beginning, Sargon.
You're so afraid to stand for anything.
Holy shit, you are so up your own ass. But you're the brave man, right,
How
Sargon?
is this me being up my own ass? This is
that's the inverse
of
what you're saying, is it not, Sargon? That if I'm the coward for not doing anything, you're the brave man for doing something.
No, it's people look to you, Jim, for some kind of any kind of leadership.
Well, they're fucking retarded. I'm an internet troll. What the fuck are you guys on about?
But his point was he ran away.
With you, man.
You ran away from it. You created a whole new channel and then opened a Patreon. And you're gonna sit there and try to say to other people that they're fucking sellouts.
Did I use no. Did I use Gamergate to get fucking dental work done, to get a new wheelchair, to pay my rent because my Asian girlfriend kicked me out?
No one's saying you're not pure.
So don't compare me opening a Patreon after Gamergate to criticizing people using Gamergate to make money. That's a clear fucking mistake.
It's not wrong what you do. Okay? We're not saying it's wrong. You're the one who's worried about it.
I'm not worried about it, but you're trying to make it seem like, oh, that goes counter to what I said during Gamergate.
You're saying that people are looking to Sargon for some kind of activism. He says, okay, I'll do activism, and now you're saying there's something wrong with it.
I'm saying it's fucking laughable. I told you at the very beginning of this conversation, when we started this stream, that I didn't pass a moral judgment on it of being right or wrong. I said I found it funny and I was laughing at it.
Yeah, but you must just be laughing at the concept of activism then, right?
Yes, I think people generally that describe themselves as activists are fucking retards, yes.
Okay, well, we agree. I agree. Activism is retarded, but unfortunately our enemy's doing it far better than we are.
Oh,
and, I mean, are you suggesting they're not anti-white male? I think that we can classify them as enemies at this point.
I mean, Jim, like, seriously, like, these people are changing laws in multiple countries, and it's like I just don't, like, I can't understand how you see this as something that is so easily dismissible.
Did you know?
I think you guys are overestimating your abilities. You're acting like, oh my god, we're going to jump in and change the world. You're fucking YouTubers.
Nobody fucking said that.
We're probably going to fuck it up.
Yeah, and so I'm going to laugh when that happens too.
Great, that's great. And when you're not allowed on the internet because you're an alt-right male, then it won't be a problem, will it?
I guess not. I'll laugh about it in person as I relate the story to my children.
Okay.
We'll have a chuckle about it.
Yeah, I was the last cool kid on the internet, chaps.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him I was the last cool kid on the internet.
That's how you feel, though. Everyone can fucking see it.
Oh, is that how I feel?
Yeah, this is something else to run away from.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking? I'm in the chat right now talking with you. I haven't run away from the fucking stream yet.
Come on. Come on, man. You know you shut down your channel because you didn't want to be the leader of Gamergate, because you were the de facto leader.
Did I explicitly state, Sargon, you're not blind or stupid,
I don't need you to
during
Gamergate, man. Everyone
during
knows.
Gamergate, Sargon, did I not explicitly state that I'm not a leader, that we probably shouldn't have leaders, that people should do what they want to do? If you're good at digging, dig. If you're good at... What's that?
Then if you state it, then people definitely aren't following you. Because, I mean, I've done enough of that myself, and people definitely aren't following me. Is that how it works? It doesn't work like that, and you know it, man. Come on, you know it doesn't work that way.
Well, Sargon, here's the difference. People tried to force me into the position of leadership. I declined. You gave in.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. You gave in.
Yeah, because I don't want my son brainwashed with tranny shit. I don't want them trying to turn him into a girl before he's even 10 years old. Yeah, I'm a fucking pussy that way, Jim.
I think there's more involved than just you being forced in the position. I think you'd like it a little bit.
No, I fucking hate it. I've literally for years been saying consistently, I just want to make my shitty games. But unfortunately, Jim, I can't just stand by and let this go on. And if no one else is going to do it, who the fuck's going to do it?
Here's the thing, Jim. Wouldn't it be easier for him to just continue making like stupid, lame, anti-feminist videos and not do live events or anything? Wouldn't that be a lot easier? He already makes a lot of.
I have no idea. I don't do live events.
Okay, well, I can let you know it would be way easier.
Well, you seem to organize this week in Stupid in a live event pretty easily.
Yeah, that's because I'm pretty good at organizing stuff, actually.
Right, so it's not difficult.
For me, for other people, right. And it's not that it's not difficult. It's just I'm good at that.
You're good at organizing.
I seem to organize This Week in Stupid pretty easily.
Well, yeah, no, I'm talking about events.
That was an event.
Yeah, so I mean, you're good at doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at organizing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but you're also saying that it's difficult to do this kind of stuff, but if it's easy for you, it wouldn't be difficult, would it?
But would it be demonstrably easier to just make videos at home and then collect on Patreon?
Do you even understand, like, it's relative. If someone can have a skill at something that is difficult, and so for them it's less difficult. I mean, this is like levels of pedantry I can't even begin to describe, and you know that you think that what we're doing is actually ultimately going to be beneficial.
No, I don't. I think it's fucking goofy as shit, man. That's why I'm laughing at it.
It is goofy as shit. That's why. Man, I fucking cringe at the idea of going on stage. It was really difficult. It was, and the thing is, like, it wasn't the room, obviously. The room were fucking thrilled that I'd gone on a stage, but I fucking hated it. Because I never want to be the sort of fucking guy who sits there on a stage talking to people. I really don't. I totally understand where you're coming from. But unfortunately, I really think we're at a point where no one else is addressing this satisfactorily. And even if it's not fucking perfect, okay, I just want to make it good enough and I want to try and improve things. I'm just at that point now, man.
It just comes across like a savior complex. Like, if I don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. I have to save the West.
But again,
I'm going
to press you on that. I'm going to press you on that as well. Go back to Douglas Murray. Again, apply the same thing to him. Do you think that he's a fucking jerk-off?
I don't give a fuck about Douglas Murray one way or the other. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? He had a savior complex. Why not?
Is everyone who wants to try and fix things someone with a savior complex?
When you frame it in the way that if nobody else does it, I have to do it because nobody in the world is fighting this issue. It has to be me.
But again, the truth is that the people that are out there, the conservatives that are out there that do not agree with the people that are on the left, they are doing fucking nothing and they have no efficacy. They aren't changing shit.
So you guys are going to go out and change the world.
We try. It will be an attempt, yeah. I don't know whether we're going to be successful, but we're going to have to try and change something.
Oh, man.
The SJWs did it, man. They changed the world. You know, it's not like all it is ideas. All we just have to do is make convincing arguments and persuade people that maybe, just maybe, getting a child to self-castrate is a problem.
Would it be wrong even in the end of if the best we can do or the best Sargon can do is to influence politicians to whatever degree that is possible? Is that terrible?
Dude. Okay.
Why is that crazy?
Because that sounds so dumb. Hey, this YouTuber's going to influence
politics.
Dude, it's all
that's just egotism. Come on,
no,
guys.
It's not.
Come
on.
Jim, listen.
Fucking ridiculous.
No, Jim, it's actually really, really likely. I mean, there's an MP in Britain called Philip Davies. He already speaks at MRA conferences.
Right, well, PewDiePie had, what, 50 million subs? He still got shit on by the press, right? He's at a level way beyond you.
So fucking what?
Yeah.
So what?
Like,
Where's the press going to do?
You can influence politicians. Why isn't PewDiePie's, spiel about how the New York Times is treating him, how the Wall Street Journal was treating him? Why didn't that influence?
That's a political platform. That's policy. That's an actual argument against anything other than fuck the press.
Okay. This is just...
No, seriously.
This whole thing is absurd. I don't know how you two don't see that.
There are already MPs who are engaging with YouTubers and things, and even smaller groups. I don't understand why you think this is a big deal.
Again, I find it funny, and I think the way you guys are looking at this is just way too serious and way too up your own asses, and it's got a tinge of egotism to it. I'm giving you my assessment. I mean, you can take it or leave it, but
No,
that's
no,
how
I
it
think-
appears to me.
okay.
That's really how it appears to me. I'm not,
Okay.
you know, fucking screwing with you. I'm telling you how it really
I
appears.
believe you 100%, man. This is the thing, right? I don't actually think you operate from bad intentions. I know there are a lot of people who think that because you're just like, you know, the king shitlord, but like, I don't think you actually do. You know, like the drunken thing you posted back to V. I was like, oh, that's actually kind of nice. Look at that. He does have a heart. But yeah, I believe that's your honest intention, man. I believe that's your honest assessment, and I appreciate you giving me it. You know, because I appreciate. You know, I know it's going to be fucking cringe. Hey, I'm going to get up here and tell you how things should be. Man, I don't like the sound of that. But
the reason why I wanted to talk to you, Jim, to begin with, is because I like I said to begin this, I like you. I like your channel. I follow you. I have for a long time. I care about what you think, and if that's fucking lame of me, then fine. It's lame of me. But there's a reason why I'm talking to you and not anybody else at the moment.
And what would that reason be? I mean, there's got to be other people that
he
you like that think
respects
this
your
is cringy.
intelligence. That's the reason.
You guys just went on about how I don't understand these terms and I really don't get it. So what
But that doesn't
intelligence
make
are you
dumb.
respecting?
That just makes you uneducated.
Oh, I'm uneducated. I need to read
You
more.
literally just
What
said-
intelligence do you like then in me?
The fact that you,
I know,
dude,
I'm
you're an
talking to
incredibly
Lewis.
good critical thinker, and I totally understand why you would take the name Mr. Methodical. You know, you have a very good style. You do your work very well.
That
Just
actually, it's not
there's one thing you
It's not
said.
Mr. Methodical. That's a joke. It just translates.
Oh, is
It
it?
translates to
Right.
that in Turkish.
I didn't know. Okay.
Metokur was spelled by a retarded man that couldn't spell mediocre properly. That's where
Oh,
the name
really?
originates from.
Really?
Yes.
Is that where it originates from? I didn't know that. That's
A
hilarious.
literal retard couldn't spell mediocre, and it came out as Metokur.
The Turkish translation was a convincing author story, a different story.
Yeah, I would have stayed with it. I would have just said,
Yes, because people are stupid and they'll believe a lot of dumb shit. Yeah,
Yeah, but that was actually, you know, it was convincing. But
that's what makes it funny.
yeah, I agree. But yeah, the reason that people like look up to you is because you are an intelligent man. Not knowing the definition of one word. I mean, don't get me wrong. The alt-right have demonstrated they don't either. So you're not alone. You know, it's just like I don't understand. Like, how are you okay with what the SJWs are doing? Do you think it would be better to be like not lame than try and stop them?
Well, Sargon, I don't understand how you standing in front of an audience in person rather than making a YouTube video is going to have any difference when it comes to dealing with SJW. Saying a blue-haired feminist is an idiot.
It does.
Okay, how does it translate? How does that?
I have no idea. I have no idea. But Thomas
So then
Smith
how do you
stormed
know
off
it
the stage.
does?
Anita Sarkeesian triggered the fuck out in VidCon after me just sitting there. Dude, it apparently really matters to them.
So you're planning on counter-protesting. You're going to go to their events.
Sometimes. I'm definitely going to host my own, though. And if they want to come to mine, they're more than welcome to come to mine.
Dude, all right. Well, you know what? Good luck to you. I still think it's a monumental mistake. I think it's going to
I'm
end
sure it is.
end badly. It's cringy as shit. And
Good.
Dude, I think you're getting a little too high off your own ego.
I'm
I'm telling you
sure
that.
you
I'm
do.
telling you that straight up.
Thank you.
I don't think V would tell you that for some reason
I
because he
think
likes you too much.
You would. He absolutely would tell me that.
Okay.
Take
So
care.
we'll just disagree on this, I guess. I don't know how else to
even
put
think
it.
there's a disagreement. I agree with everything you said. It is all of those things, but I don't think I'm being egotistical. But I'm not perfect. I mean, maybe. You know, I'm trying not to be.
Well, wait. If you agree with me, then why would Lewis pull me in here to ask me about it? Because everything I've said apparently.
He's the one who wanted to
Lewis,
debate.
what Sargon agrees with me. So
the reason why I pulled you in here is because, like I said, I care what you believe, and I thought I was actually surprised by how I don't know, like just
amenable. You've been.
You were just I don't know, like I said, like you just seemed to misinterpret what the video was and then just ran with it. And
but Lewis, apparently I didn't misinterpret it because everything I've just said I was tweeting
from
out.
my perspective, you did. If he
well,
wants to
Sargon
disagree,
just
that's
told
fine.
you he agrees with
Well,
me.
I agree
Kinda
with you,
thinks
like the social perception, but like on the technical definition of terms, you were wrong. Yeah.
On what? On the technical definition of cringy?
No, individualist.
Okay, putting that aside, my main thing was I was
It's kind of
laughing at it,
important.
calling it
That's what
absurd.
he was-
It really was the point.
You don't think that you actually uttered the phrase "a group of independent-minded individualists coming together with an enemy list and a set amount of goals"? You want to, you want to organize as a political group. I'm guessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that wouldn't be collectivism.
No,
No.
collectivism is the principle of putting the value of the group above the individual.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, could I call myself a liberalist once you've established this and go around telling people that as an official liberalist, our party policy is gassing kikes?
No, obviously not.
So I'd have to yield to the group's will.
No, you would just be using the term incorrectly. It's like saying I'm a fascist, but I don't want the government.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
doesn't make me
if the group is establishing norms that you have to follow, it would be a collective, would it not?
It would be a group. It wouldn't be collectivist. You're trying to combine the words, and that's not accurate.
Jim, you can't play this word game. It just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. This is what I'm saying. You're just using the term incorrectly. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm really not.
Okay, so you're going to create a large group of individuals that's not a collective, that's going to come together with a goal list and a political party ideology.
It is a group.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I said a group of individuals. That's not a collective.
No, every group is made up of individuals. Not every group is made up of individualists.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you know what I'm saying, Sargon?
No,
No, I don't. I'm literally saying.
Okay, Sargon, you're going to create a group of individualists, okay,
Yes.
that's not a collective, yet has, so it is a collective?
You define collective for us? Because maybe we've got a different definition to you.
Well, you're talking about two different things, right? So a collectivist would be somebody that adheres to the group will, or the group will overrides their individual rights. So my individual right as an individualist would be what? Free speech, free association.
Yes.
So I could go out and say I'm a liberalist and we want to gas the kikes. And you, as another liberalist, couldn't say I'm wrong because you would be
I
using
absolutely
the group.
That would definitely be going against the principles of liberalism. Yes.
The principles set by who?
It's like a socialist saying I'm for private property. I mean, you can say it, but that doesn't make you a socialist. It's weird how you things have definitions, and definitions do matter. I know what you're trying to do, but it just doesn't work. I'm really sorry.
I think it works just fine. I find this funny, like I've told you, and I know that you don't see it as that, and you're going to set out as a group of individuals. It's not a collective.
You're just really being obtuse.
I'm being obtuse, but you'll have to yield though to me on Lewis. What I said about this being cringy shit, Sargon agrees, so it is, right? Cringy shit.
Totally.
No,
totally.
I don't.
Doing something in the real world is totally cringy shit. I agree.
Oh, okay. Now you're being sarcastic about it, so you weren't genuine earlier.
I'm not. It's real cringe. I swear to God, I'm gonna hate it. And if say it went for like 5 years, I probably would become everything you're thinking of. So don't be afraid to do a fucking video on me if I am actually doing it. Because I will need.
So Lewis, if Sargon is telling you this, he's the guy that made the video, so it is cringy shit. Yes.
Like I said,
I just want to hear you say it.
You can believe that. That's fine. I don't care. I think
Sargon believes that. Do you believe
from
what
your
Sargon?
point of view, Jim, I do think you will find this to be cringy shit because you find any kind of positive statement forward to be cringy because I think you're hyper aware that anything could be criticized and you're really afraid of being criticized. I don't care whether you think it's cringy. I just want to start trying to fix things. Just push back on.
No, and I get that. I'm not trying to pull you back into this discussion. I just want Lewis's opinion. If Sargon is saying this is cringy shit,
that's fine. He's fine. He can believe that. But the thing is that I if you want to ask me if I do take this seriously, then yes, I do. Yeah, I think this is something that's necessary. It doesn't. It could be him or somebody else. It doesn't matter to me. It's just as long as somebody's doing it, and I actually know that they're going to put forward some actual, philosophy that may contradict or may have some efficacy against the people that are out there that want to basically just take the Constitution and put it in a shredder. This is very serious.
I mean, Richard Spencer said, "Oh, it's just a piece of paper." The far left. Did you see the one? I think it was from California, where they were like, "We think that's an outmoded document or something," and it's just like, holy fuck, dude! These people are lunatics, and they want to tear down everything that I hold dear. It's awful.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else to discuss, gentlemen?
No, if you got to go, you got to go.
No, I don't have to go. I'm just asking. I gave you about an hour of time. I got a few more minutes.
If you want to head off, man, just head off.
I know. If you said you had a time limit.
Yeah, well, I told you I had an hour, but we've got a few more minutes. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss before I go?
No, other than if Sargon hosts an event of some kind, if it's anywhere near you, you should go.
No, I'm very anti that. Milo, when he was up in my area, wanted me to come to attend one of his university speeches.
Did he?
And I tried to explain to him that I don't really do that kind of shit. I don't go to VidCons. or
I think there's a little bit of difference.
or any of that shit.
But though, why not? And I genuinely mean, like, why not?
I'm not going to go into real life activizing. I'm sorry.
No, I just mean not like activism. I mean specifically, why can't you just go to a 10? Because I'm pretty sure if you said you were going somewhere, there'd be a ton of people there to meet you.
Oh, yeah, you would see what I'm talking about, Jim. You would
No, you're misunderstanding. My philosophy behind being on the internet has always been anonymity. I don't want to meet people in real life. That kind of runs counter to what I do.
Yeah, I know.
Fair enough.
But imagine if you did. What do you think the people would be like?
I have no fucking idea.
When I did
Deviants, well, let me answer. When I did Deviants, I had a bunch of furries that found it funny, a bunch of vor fetishes that found it funny. I'd probably have people showing up with bike pumps to shove up their ass.
That would be amazing.
It's a whole diverse mixture of people. I have no idea what would show up.
You are not making a good case against a Metokur meetup.
I know you aren't.
That is
never
really good idea.
I'm just saying, if one happens, you're getting a ball pit and you're going in it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna host a real life event. Holy shit!
Oh come on!
Oh
dude.
my god, you're such
fucking
a
god no!
Come on, man, do it. It'd be amazing.
No, I think I'm good on the Metokur meetup in real life. I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
That's genuinely too bad, dude. Because that would be awesome. Because out of all the people that I would genuinely like to meet, you would definitely be at least in my top 10. Just
why?
Just to shake your hand, just to fucking meet you, dude.
Yeah, but I'm just a dude that puts videos up on YouTube. Like, what is there to meet and talk about?
Nothing. It's just for the sake of it. It's just for the sake of it. Doesn't have to be.
Sargon, I said no. Welcome to my world.
Bitch, do you not think I spent years saying no?
You could have spent a few more saying no. You gotta be made of steel, Sargon.
Like when the speech laws come into place, is that when? At what point is it acceptable for Sargon to be an activist? Like how far to think? How much worse?
No, I mean, I genuinely think if he doesn't want to do this, if he's being honest and he really doesn't want to do it, it's going to end badly. If you're not into it, if you don't have your heart 100%.
I'm committed. I'm absolutely committed.
Yeah, but if you're forced into it, it'd be awful. It'd be like making content that you don't want to make. It'd be like making a video you didn't want to make. You know how tough that can be. But I mean, imagine it on the scale of people showing up to events and shit.
No, the thing is, there's a lot of energy when you go to events. It's always really cool. People are really happy to be there. But the thing is, what I mean
even
is,
if it is even if it is a serious event, there's still a reverence to it of meeting people.
I mean, it's not like I don't want to meet people and do. I love my job. My job's amazing. But like, I wouldn't be doing it unless I had like a giant overarching incentive to do it. You know, given the opportunity, I'd rather just be a fucking lazy neckbeard in my basement making shitty video games. That would be my choice.
But what's the incentive, though? I mean, what's there to do it in real life as opposed to just online?
Positive change.
Try and fix the future for my kid, man. You know, I just cannot get over like how much this shit has infected my country. You are so lucky in America. You have no fucking idea how insulated you are from so much of the bullshit that's going on. Don't ever let them take any kind of hate speech law. Don't ever. And any American listen to this. Whenever they say hate speech, you tell them to shut the fuck up. It's free speech. Every time.
You got to
defend your Second Amendment or whatever it is with your fucking life. You know, I promise you will regret it if you don't.
You got to admit, Jim, I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention too much to what's going on with Count Dankula, but you have to admit that kind of shit is fucking insane. Like the way that they're stringing him along.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, shit. I understand that losing your rights over in Europe probably is tough, but you've got the caliphate to look forward to. So,
but that's why, like, I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of it happening here.
I'll just have to be a lame-o and just get out and try and do something. You know?
Well, you could always convert. You can become one of the, the new members of the caliphate that's going to take over.
God, you cock or something. Jesus, listen to yourself.
Come on,
I'm gonna be manning the fucking helicopter squadrons.
Are you? You're going to go out and fight in the streets?
If it came to, I guess. I mean, I don't want to, and I'd be terrible at it, you know. But it's anti-far, isn't it? So.
But that's the thing, though, is that the right, honestly, that's been one of the only effective things they've done is showing up in the fucking streets. Because
I don't know. I don't think Charlottesville went very well for them.
No, I'm not talking about Charlottesville.
They were in the streets on that one.
I'm talking about Berkeley. Berkeley, I'm talking about.
It's essential, in fact.
But I don't think we want to really settle this. I mean, I'm sure it would be good YouTube fodder, but I'm not sure we want to fucking have this settled in the streets. You know what I mean? Like,
no. I would much rather just have the police do their fucking job. I mean, in my country, right? When they discovered the Rotherham rape gangs, after the investigation, I can't remember the name of the doctor offhand, but she did this big investigation, and basically she just came back saying they're afraid of being called racist. That's why they let it go on. Imagine you're a police officer, you burst into a home, you find a drugged up 13-year-old and a bunch of 20-something Muslim Pakistani men, and then you take the girl and accuse her of being a prostitute. That's what police in my country have done because of fear of the word racist.
No, I've seen the news reports. Same with Cologne on New Year's. I've seen all that stuff.
Yeah, so
talk to Dean Esme about it.
So, yeah, that was great. He fucking hates me. I don't even know why he hates me.
I don't know why half these faggots hate me. Dean Esme doesn't like me. One of the guys that showed up to your This Week in Stupid is really up my ass all the time. The fucking puppet guy.
Oh, he's not up your ass all the time.
Oh, he fucking is. He takes these passive-aggressive snipes because he's a pussy.
You should debate him, though. He's a lovely guy.
I've offered him 20 times. He's refused every time. Honey Badgers won't get involved. They won't host a stream. No, it's never happening.
Man, that's a shame because Random Cam he's one of my favorite people on the internet. He is a lovely guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
He really hates it when you say autism for some reason.
Yeah, I think he's autistic. That's why.
I think that's probably what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because he went on a fucking 2-week tirade about that with me.
Yeah, I know. He's called me up on it as well. I'm just more forgiving, obviously.
Well, hey, I'd love to debate the guy. If you want to try to set that up, feel free to. But he will not respond when I've offered.
Well, I mean, he's not like he runs a YouTube channel and he's a performer, but he's one of those people who's very introverted in conversation. And you're not.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what?
You got to admit, fucking Jim, that you when it comes to you having conversations with people, that you're pretty fierce. Yeah. You really don't hold back, and I think that out of all the people that I've heard online, in terms of like articulation and needling into people, you're probably the absolute fucking best.
It's just the internet. I just talk to whoever the fuck shows up. I mean, I did a stream with fucking white nationalists. I've done streams with BLM communists. Like, I don't understand the fear of interacting with people, which is, I think, weird.
No, specifically, there's a fear of interacting with you. Because you know how to rip people apart, and you're very effective at doing it. That's why.
I promise to be nice to Dr. Randomer Cam. I'll be a gentleman with Dr. Randomer Cam.
I think that's bullshit.
I promise not to raise my voice and make him piss himself.
He's not like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. Like I said, he's very passive aggressive, and he won't just directly confront you, which I think is weird. Like, if you're a men's rights activist, you should act like a man. But apparently that's not happening.
I'm not sure that's... I don't think that necessarily follows, actually.
Well, yeah, I think he's being a passive-aggressive little bitch and acting like a woman by refusing to directly confront what he has a problem with. That's my assessment. Yeah. But again, I know that's being mean. I won't be like that, Dr. Randomer Cam, if you hear me. I won't be like that on stream with you.
To me, that would be a provocation. But to him, I don't think that's a provocation. That's the thing.
I don't know. I can't read the guy. He won't interact.
Well, I'm just saying as a person who knows him and likes him, you know. But anyway, maybe one day he will, maybe one day he won't. Who knows? But anyway,
I look forward to it with bells on.
I would enjoy that too.
All right. Well, like I said, I had about an hour. I got to jump. If there's anything else.
No, I'll just say thanks for stopping by. Thanks for having the conversation with me. Thanks for Sargon for jumping in with you.
Yeah, no
and I look forward to what you do in the future, Jim.
Yeah, like I said, I think this is a difference in philosophy between us. Like, I
think it's personal priority.
When it comes to internet and real life, I think it is. Like I said, I'm more on the side of just be anonymous and do shit rather than go into real life and do activism. That's why I find it funny.
That's fair if you can afford to do that.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, you two take it easy. Sargon, no need to get intel reports on me. You can always hit me up. I'm always really available to shit talk you in person.
Over about you, if that's okay. By the way, when you were doing the crowd stuff, you could have just messaged me on Skype. You could.
Yeah, well, I tried to stay away from all the people involved in it. Crowd tried to get a hold of me, and I just didn't want to engage. I guess I just wanted like an outside perspective on it. He asked one thing of me, which I did because I had no intention of doing it in the first place, which was leave his family out of it. Because I mean, they had nothing to do with it, so why even bring them up? It'd be like bringing up Jeff Hollidy's family. Like, they have nothing to do with any of that shit.
Yeah, but like you were like, why did I want to record the conversation with the crowd? You could have just messaged me, and I would have told you.
Well, why did you want to record it? Because it was very weird.
Because I was going to do a podcast and talk to him about it, and then you can hear it in the stream. He just lies to my fucking face.
Oh no, he lied to you a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I know, and I was just like, right, okay. And then I think it was my kid was calling for dinner or something. So I was like, I'll call you back later. But I was sat at dinner and I was fucking fuming, man. I was just like, I can't believe he just lied to my fucking face, and I just never called him back.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I said after I did the videos. The thing that really got to me about Kraut in particular was his like willingness to basically use everybody around him and throw them under the bus. I mean, he lied to and about you, Thunderfoot, Jeff Holiday, Zeph, just like anybody he could get his hands on. Even Spinosaurus turned him down when he was like, yeah, here, you want to take this information and give it to your SJW friends to do something with. And he's like, yeah, we don't do that. Which is just fucking surreal, to be honest.
Yeah. Like I said, I was just so pissed off that he'd lied to my fucking face, man. It's like, I mean, I knew he'd been digging stuff up, but I didn't know he'd been using the server, because every time he'd tell me about the server, he'd be like, hey, do you want to join my server? We're doing science stuff in there. And I was like, no. I mean, he literally never said anything else about it. So I assumed that that's what he was doing. And I assumed that the digging up was something he was doing in his personal time or something. You know? It's just like, why are you doing this, Kraut? Just stop doing this, man.
I am curious about one other thing. I did bring this up on stream a couple of days ago.
Sure.
When you talked to Kraut, you said, like digging up stuff and using it against people, it's morally wrong. It's not what we'd call morally right. You had a problem with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, Kraut had this information. He said he shared it with you. You acknowledged that he was talking about doing this kind of stuff.
He shared that he had information with me.
Okay. But I mean, if it was morally wrong for him to do it, why did you make a video on CRP and show his Kiwi Farms thread with all his information?
Oh, because it was already out there. I mean, he'd already doxed himself. It's not hiding anything, is it?
Yeah, but that information was Kraut's.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Kraut had a proxy of a proxy put that up on Kiwi Farms.
Well, I had no idea. Everyone was just passing around this Kiwi Farms link. I had no idea where it came from. And I thought it was King of Pole anyway.
Yeah, Guardian gave it to King of Pole, and Kraut gave it to Guardian, and Guardian had his own
do an investigation in it, so it's good to know how it came, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I just found it kind of weird, I guess. I mean, if it was personal information, or if it was public information already, you don't find it morally wrong.
No, not if it's already public.
Okay. Just private information.
Yeah, I think so.
But what if somebody's trying to, like hide their name? Like me, right? Most people don't know who I am. So would it be morally wrong to use my name? I'm sure you could find it. It's probably publicly out there.
Don't know. Everyone uses my name publicly, and I don't find that morally wrong. So I don't know. Probably not.
What about kids?
What about whose?
The kids, children.
No, I wouldn't be interested in finding a kid's name.
But I mean, if it's public, it's not morally wrong, yeah?
Well, I mean, on the face of it, it might not be, but there's probably some moral ill intent there, I think.
Okay. All right, yeah, that's what I wanted to
wants to dox a kid.
Because I wasn't sure exactly what Kraut gave you, but from the tapes, it made it sound like he gave you the information he'd gathered on Coach. He was bragging about having his name and some other information. And then when he talked, and he also talked to you about, I don't know if Ryan's full name's out there. I'm just going to call him Alt Hypothesis. I mean, you brought him up too.
I think his name is out there, yeah.
So, like, how did you know Kraut had that information?
Because he'd say, I found Coach Red Pill's name or something. And I'd be like, there's no point in finding out Coach Red Pill's name.
Right. No, I get you. So, I mean, but that goes back to, I guess, my original question. If there's no point in it, why did you include it in your video about him?
Well, the docs of Coach Red Pill.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no point in digging up this information, why use it?
Because it was pertinent to the subject at hand.
Which was Coach is a con guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's making nothing but character attacks against me, which is ironic given the state of this man's character, don't you think?
Okay, like I said, I'm just trying to get a feel for what went on.
Well, there we go.
Because it struck me as weird that you'd tell him it was morally wrong for him to do it, but then seemingly kind of do the same thing.
I didn't though, did I?
No, that's why I'm asking you to make the distinction of what exactly he shared with you.
Okay, well, there we go.
All right, guys. Well, like I said, I got a jet, but it's been interesting. I'll say that much.
All
right, take it easy.
Take care, man.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
All right. So I think that was
It's only 22 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and play it for the chat in case they haven't seen it.
They think we are weak and that they can take advantage, and everything we do proves them right. We are desperately in need of some backbone. Tommy Robinson has been arrested. There are many people who wish me to comment on this situation. Unfortunately, I don't believe I can. I don't want to run the risk. I have a family to worry about.
Oh, Sargon. Okay, now here's another clip. Again, Jim's just been pulling off repeated windmill dunks on this guy. Like, it's bad, and it gets worse because Sargon makes it worse. But let's just continue. This is only an 8-second clip. Let's watch this one.
Louis Levine messaged me. Metokur is saying on Twitter that Sargon is blaming Tommy for being arrested. It appears to be bait. Well, he is to blame. He's the one who broke the law.
Oh wow! Well,
Seriously,
that's
Sargon.
pretty definitive. Then I would say. In the chat of mine earlier. Let's show V's original tweet. It's from Sargon, and it's a Skype conversation. I don't even know how to tell you how gay this is. This is how messages are being put out. Sargon says, "Tell Jim I'm going to start selling Mr. Metokur shirts, and there's nothing he will do about it." And V says, "You want me to post that on Twitter?" And Sargon says, "Sure, I'll host MetoFest as well." And then Jim said in reply, "Well, it wouldn't be the first time he used content that wasn't his, but unlike Aquila, I won't sue." Skype message from V, relaying some words of wisdom from Sargon. Sargon says, "LOL, tell him I'm too busy doing IRL cringe activism to listen to his non-arguments." And then Jim said in response to that, "Oh, it only took me one day of mocking him to get him off his ass. You're welcome, liberalists." I mean, just... and V also said, "Sargon is at Hyde Park Corner protesting for Tommy right now and sent me this since he is banned from Twitter." By the way, that protest was kind of like planned in advance, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to say that was a protest for Tommy. And then, Jesus Christ, how many Skype messages did they send back and forth?
A lot.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Sargon says, "I love how he thinks he had any influence over this. Take that unearned credit, Jim. You need it, buddy." Then he says, "Please do let Jim know that organizing an interview with a Polish member of the European Parliament indeed does take less than a day, and he can take full credit for my efforts." V says, "Dude, make a twat account already." Twatter account, however he says it. And then Jim says, For dude claiming he isn't paying attention to me or doesn't have time for me, so far I have him personally communicating with you about me, writing Facebook posts about me, talking about me in videos, marching in the streets because of me, and selling my merchandise." Somebody linked this on Sargon's Facebook page. Jim just posted this on Twitter, and it was the clip that I played you. Actually, it wasn't the clip that I played you, but it was a meme that Jim posted after that, like a reaction shot. But the video, that quote's contained in there. Jim says, "Tommy is to blame. He's the one who broke the law. So did Dankula, but you had no problem protesting that, Sargon, as being ridiculous bullshit." Then Sargon posts this long ass fucking paragraph. I mean, it's long. I'm gonna read it. "Do let him know I posted this on Facebook and that his opinion doesn't mean shit, as it appears he has degenerated into a dim-witted fool because of the company he has kept. Yes, Jim, I appreciate that some laws are not just, but that's just our opinion on the subject, and we want to persuade people who don't share this opinion. The opposing argument, he was already on a suspended sentence for doing the same thing, so this is not an arbitrary, unjust exercise of state power because he knew what he was doing and deliberately went too far, is actually quite persuasive to people outside of the Tommy Robinson fan club. Tommy's reputation is terrible outside of the people who have actually taken the time to know anything about him, and his opponents can make a constitutionalist argument from liberal theory about the importance of the law that Robinson broke. They can make a moral case for Tommy going to jail because he willfully broke a law designed to protect the independence of the judiciary, a judiciary that was currently in the process of trying the alleged rapist that Tommy was complaining about." Wow, okay. Tommy knowingly breaking this law can be seen by some people as self-aggrandizement and vanity, a moral failing on his part, even though I personally don't agree that this is why he did it. I like Tommy and think he's acting from a position of good intentions because I understand why he's doing all this. It's the same reason I am. But if you don't know and already don't like Tommy, it's unlikely one that would extend... By the way, there's typos all throughout this, but I'm trying to clean it up. It's unlikely one that would extend that kind of good faith, and so it's easier to persuade neutral people that Tommy is being a deliberate provocateur because he's a self-important Islamophobic racist and what has happened to him is just what he deserves. Then he says, we don't want people to think that, Jim, you Mick. And then he posts, how do you do, fellow kids, like that meme with the Mr. Metokur head on top of it. And then there's another comment. Sargon posted this himself, not just a response in the thread. For some reason, Jim is trying to get my attention, but he's turning into a brainlet. I put it down to the company he keeps. And then somebody comments, Fabio Lapel says, Sargon, you are really not as smart as you think you are, which I believe is what Richard Spencer said to him. And then Sargon says, smarter than you though, Fabio.
It's underreported, but Australia is going down the same path as the UK. Keep doing what you're doing. Fuck Jim and the other spineless weasels, and hopefully you head down under one day. There's, like, Jim's just wasting his life because he hates himself. He wishes he could achieve something, but he doesn't have the self-confidence to do it. Like, I don't hate Jim or anything like that. I feel bad for him. I feel bad that he's wallowing in nonsense and he's ruining everything around him. That's not what a man does, in my opinion. That's what a boy does. That's what a coward does. You know. And if you've got a problem with anything I'm saying, Jim, why don't you come to one of my live shows? Give you a spot on the stage. We'll have a chat. But I will come to Australia. In fact...
Okay. So, and now when I first saw this, I thought, oh, he wants to do a live stream. Like, he's saying, why don't you come to one of my live shows? So I'm thinking, oh, he's doing a live show, or this is like a recording of his live show. He's talking about, why don't you come on my channel and have a chat? And so I'm thinking, oh, wow, this is good. And I tweeted it out, and I said, actually, I said... I wanted it to be on the Killstream, so I was like, no, we should, you know, I know I'm boss, but I would like to see this on the Killstream. And then somebody messaged me and they said, no, Ralph, he's actually talking about Jim coming to see him in person. And I said, wait, no, he can't be. I thought he meant his channel. Let me go back and have a look. And I forgot he was doing his live show thing. That is actually what he meant, though. He's telling Jim to dox himself, basically, because he's that upset. So, by the way, Jim just said, "Say it to my face, Ben Kuchera of Akkad." Yeah, it's funny how Sargon went from, you know, like the ultimate defender of anonymity to, you know, come on, dox yourself and let's chat in person, Jim. Why aren't you showing your face, Jim? Here's a couple of tweets that Mr. Metokur made. What makes this funnier is that V told me you'll know when Sargon is mad or taking something seriously because he'll post it on his main channel.
You watch the Karen stream when Karen and when Baked Alaska said to Jim, like, why don't you show your face, you snap. It's the only thing that gets to Jim. So I guess...
You know, V, I got to ask you, because I'm really curious. How is it all these ex-Gamergate people that would go on and on about the importance of anonymity and fighting against those evil SJWs and those journalists are so prone to saying, dox yourself and show me your face? Because you sound like Ben Kuchera. You remember that?
Well, it's just a meme, bro. Like, no one really wants to see your face. I personally don't want to see your face.
I don't know, man. I mean, it seems like every time I'm running into a liberalist, they want my docs, they want my face. Sargon,
I'm sure
Sargon does shows with what? I mean, Karen, he's done speech engagements with her. She says, show your face. Short Fat Otaku does a stream. He hangs out with Sargon. He's got a docs folder.
Maybe
it's really weird for ex-Gamergaters to keep on harping on that.
I think you forget the fact that he said the docs is fake. That was said on the stream. And second of all, if you wouldn't react the way you did to Baked Alaska when he asked what your face looks like, then no one would bring it up. But people notice you're getting upset. I mean, you're the troll expert, Jim. You know, if you show a little bit of blood, you show a little bit of...
Oh, no, I get that, V. But I mean, I thought I was dealing with principled liberalists who stood for something. I didn't know you guys changed your tune to suit yourselves.
We still joke, Jim. It's okay.
Do you? I don't know. I've been looking at the last 2 days of Fallout here, V. It doesn't look like a lot of bans to me.
Well, so you legitimately think that people want to see your face?
No, what I'm saying is, based on his reactions of using you like a Romanian carrier pigeon, I would say that he seems to be a bit perturbed. I thought he wasn't going to address me or the alt-right either, but it's been V. Just in the last 24 hours, I've had him talk about me in multiple videos. write Facebook essays about me, use you as a carrier service, say he's going to sell my merchandise, ask me to come fly out to meet him in person. Like, does this guy want my dick? Like, what's going on? Because this seems like
I don't know if you noticed. I think you were trying to join the Hangout because I said right before you joined that I was edging him on. I was like, look what Jim's saying, look what Jim's talking about, you know, trying to get a response out of him. I really enjoyed the banter between you two. It was quite hilarious.
Oh, I've enjoyed it too. I've been having quite a bit of fun on Twitter. I've been enjoying myself with this, but I don't know. It is weird to me though to hear, you know, anti-SJWs, the Gamergators go on and on about dox yourself, show your face, or you're a coward. And that's not him joking around, V. I mean, he said that way before fucking Baked Alaska.
I think he said it after Karen, where you also exposed yourself to hate the fact when people go after your anonymity.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I'm used to watching SJWs do it. I didn't know I was dealing with the Zoe Quinn crowd.
No.
Yeah, but mate, if you're going to show that something bothers you and people want to get under your skin, they're going to do that over and over. Like, do you have me lecture you how to deal with trolls online?
No. But I mean, again, V, it just is very mysterious to me that, you know, it's all these people around Sargon are doing the same thing or asking the same thing. We're talking doxing and wanting to see faces. I mean, first it was Kraut, then it was Short Fat Otaku. You got Karen doing it. Now Sargon saying it. It looks bad.
Okay, but show me your face is not power word reveal, Jim. Like, if enough people are going to ask you to show your face, I don't think they will have the mind control ability for you to do the face reveal.
I think you're missing my point, B. It's like once it's a coincidence, twice maybe, but like 3 or 4 times. What's going on at the Don's house here?
Mate, if you play Xbox and people say they want to fuck your mom, do you honestly think that they legitimately want to fuck your mom, or are they saying it because it upsets you? Like, if people notice that whenever they ask you to reveal your face, you're getting upset, they're going to do it more.
Yeah, again, V, there's a difference between, you know, somebody on Xbox talking shit and Short Fat Otaku having a docs folder. And I know you said, oh, he said it's fake. Well, how the fuck does he know? How is he verifying what's real or not? Why would he have a docs folder? Why would Kraut go around doxing people? Why are all these people associated with Sargon into this shit?
Well, as I recall, it wasn't his folder. It was the friend.
No, he explicitly stated, and I think Ralph can back me up on this, did he not say on your stream that it wasn't from Latvia Man, that was his own folder?
I believe.
Yeah, hold on. I know the folder. It's from a board we both frequent, Jim. And I'm pretty sure you saw the pictures over there as well.
I can neither confirm nor deny, V, where I spend my time.
By the way, some people in chat are saying Sargon is coming. Is that true? Is he actually going to show up? Or
I don't know. I gave him a message. I told him not to come, though. It's up to him, I guess.
Wait, why would you tell him not to come?
Why? So he can go into the white niggers rant again? I mean, Jim is Jim is the Casey Newman of Twitter. Like, last night, he said, so what you're saying is that Martin Luther King is a nigger. It's like, okay.
Well, no, somebody had asked me, you can't do activism because think of your family and your children. You know, only a coward would do that. And I said, so MLK Jr. was a coward because he had a family when he was out there risking his ass. And then your response to that was, so are you saying people are niggers? So I just was asking for clarification. No. Are you asking me if
MLK was wrong?
Perfect.
I mean, look, I just find it hard to, you know, for him to say Jim's a coward, he's not a man, and then like the challenge has kind of been made here.
Well, the thing that I said though is that are you saying that the British government is treating its citizens like niggers? That you would compare Sargon to Martin Luther King?
I never compared Sargon to Martin Luther King Jr. I said that there are activists out there doing shit.
No, wait, you did
that risk their family. No, why would I ever compare him to fucking Martin Luther King Jr.? Are you kidding me?
You heavily implied, okay, that he doesn't live up to Martin Luther King Jr. expectations.
Are they putting lead paint in the waters?
I'm sorry, but I can't look at that and not make the nigger argument.
Oh, so you can't look at Martin Luther King Jr. and not think nigger. Nice liberalist.
I said that the British government isn't treating its own citizens like niggers. That's what I said.
Oh, these are some harsh words from the liberalists. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I. This is a little too hot. I've got a family to think about. I don't know if I can associate with the stream, eh?
Well, I'm sorry if you're from the Reddit part of the internet that can't handle harsh words, but I mean,
no, you know, I got to draw a line at blatant racism. I believe people should be judged as individuals, not as a collective. V.
Sargon Luther King. I saw that go by in the chat.
Well, the thing, it's like what the challenge between Jim and Sargon. Well, Jim, you say you're a troll. Why should Sargon engage you? Like, you don't engage trolls. They're not there to have an honest conversation.
Well, that's probably a question you should be asking him because he's engaged me for the last 24 hours.
Yeah, like he gave you a couple of posts, right?
By the way, I heard your Skype. I heard your Skype go off there, V. Was that Sargon messaging you?
Let me check. Yeah, very. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Holy
wow.
the stream. Hold on.
Holy shit! You
Give me
fucking
a link.
called it.
I heard it. I knew it.
Jeez.
Give me a link to the stream, mate.
Oh, Ralph, you gotta turn off your super chats. You promised.
I mean, if that's what yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Hold on, he doesn't even know what this is about. Like, he's not aware that the stream is even going on.
Well, you have the Hangout link. You don't need that. You want the actual stream link? Is that what?
Yeah, the actual stream link, so he can view it.
Okay, here's the stream link. I'll DM that to you.
It's about
So he can hear Martin Luther King and the word nigger in the same phrase.
educator.
Is that on the liberalist talking points list? I haven't checked the site, so I couldn't say.
Oh, they have talking points now?
No, there is a site. I saw somebody read it out on the stream. I forget
Is
what
that
stream it
even
was.
still up, or is that defunct now? That
I'm
was
not
like
sure.
5 months ago.
Yeah, I forget which stream I was watching where they went through and read it, but I'm not sure if that was that official. V, did you guys get together and do that, or was that just somebody else that put that up, or
Do what?
No, there's another one.
the liberalist website? Yeah, I hear Scott.
He literally has you on a leash, V. This is the most amazing thing.
Jeez.
Apparently, he's waiting for a plane to speak at a university.
He's what?
He's waiting for a plane to speak in a university.
Oh, so he's at an airport, is what you're saying?
Yes.
I mean, his Skype works though.
Well, no, wait a minute. Now that's even funnier. So you're telling me his ass is waiting for a fucking plane, but he has enough time to keep tabs on you coming on to talk about this shit?
No, but I messaged him because Ralph told me he wants him on.
Actually, I said the challenge. What did I say? I think the tweet's still up here somewhere.
I believe the word manservant was used.
I said the challenge has been made. Oh, so you were watching the stream?
No, I had people relaying me what's going on.
Okay.
Oh, people.
Your spies were.
Yeah, I said when I
said it was pretty lame for you to relay his Skype messages, and now he's Skyping you live on air rather than just getting on the stream himself. And he's obviously has the time. I mean, he's sitting in an airport. Okay, maybe not the best setting.
You make a stream that's 1 hour long talking about me, right? And I have 80,000 subscribers, out of which some of whom are relaying to me Ralph is talking about you.
The discussion about you was a very small part of the program. It was actually mostly about
It
Sargon.
was enough for people to say Ralph wants you, the manservant, to get Sargon on, and I
I'm
messaged
not sure
Sargon.
I used the term manservant. That might have been used.
Well, to be fair to Ralph, I don't know if that's necessarily, inaccurate, considering you're getting Skype pinged as we're talking from a guy sitting at a fucking airport.
I didn't even know he was sitting in an airport, but for me, all of this is amusing. Like, I really enjoyed the banter between you two last night.
I was having fun, but I don't know how he's taking it since he's writing essays on Facebook.
I suppose you could say he gave you attention.
And not only that, he went on his stream earlier called
me daddy.
Called Jim. He called Jim a coward, a failure at life, basically. Everything he touches goes to shit. What else did he say, Jim? I think you saw the clip too, but he was a boy.
Oh no,
and a man.
the only thing I found funny was the fight me in real life thing, because like I had flashbacks to Eric Kane and Ben Kuchera, like say it to my face shit. Like, how can you not immediately default to say it to my face? That is amusing to me.
Hold on, there was another one, like bring back bullying. What was his name? Sam Biddle. Sam Biddle, I think, also asked you to fight him in real life.
Yeah, that's not a good comparison. Like, that's not the guy you want to be compared to.
I just don't understand why the Joker of the internet doesn't get jokes. Like you think
Dude, he was
everyone
absolutely not joking with
No, he
that
was
comment.
serious.
Like, he was.
How can you tell from a Facebook post?
No, I'm talking about from the stream. Did you not see the clip earlier from his own stream? I mean, I have it timestamped here. You know what? Maybe we should play it again. I mean, if you haven't seen it, we do have a much bigger audience.
Oh,
now.
wait. I want to actually confirm something. V, you told me once that you'll know if Sargon's mad or taking something seriously because he'll talk about it on his main channel.
Yeah.
Great. This is from his main channel. This is from his Weak and Stupid. So, okay, go ahead, Ralph. Play it.
All right, let's play it here. Okay, it's just a little short clip. I'm gonna go ahead and play it right now.
It's underreported, but Australia is going down the same path as the UK. Keep doing what you're doing. Fuck Jim and the other spineless weasels, and hopefully you head down under one day. Like, Jim's just wasting his life because he hates himself. He wishes he could achieve something, but he doesn't have the self-confidence to do it. Like, I don't hate Jim or anything like that. I feel bad for him. I feel bad that he's wallowing in nonsense and he's ruining everything around him. That's not what a man does, in my opinion. That's what a boy does. That's what a coward does. You know. And if you've got a problem with anything I'm saying, Jim, why don't you come to one of my live shows? Give you a
I don't see it, by the way, for playing.
We'll have a chat.
Well, you can't. I played it.
I'm just playing it for my own amusement. Fuck you.
I mean, I sent it to you in DMs. I guess I could. See, I use OBS, so I don't really use. I mean, we're using Hangouts to talk, but that's not what I use to broadcast. But it's only a minute clip. If you would like to pause while you watch it, I mean, if you'd like to just mute for a second and watch it, it's only about what 45 seconds to a minute.
Fucking Christ, 2 hours. Oh fuck. All right.
No, it's Tom V. It's timestamped.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, like, where's the timestamp at?
I sent it to you in
2
Twitter
minutes,
DMs.
2 hours and 3 minutes. Okay.
Australia is going down the same path.
Yes, it's right there.
Yeah, it's right there, buddy.
Jim and the other spineless weasels, and hopefully you head down under one day.
Keep going.
Oh, I guess in this little break, there was a tweet from Chelsea Manning. She didn't jump off the building.
Okay.
So that's the Chelsea Manning update.
He's responding to a comment, and I see his lips are next to his ears as he's smiling while responding. Are you telling me that this is a serious man?
Dude, he's not even smiling at the beginning of the. Like, at the end, okay, he does crack a smile there at the end. But he's calling Jim a failure and a coward, and I mean these are very personalized insults.
I guess if Jim feels insulted, then it's a subjective matter for Jim.
My hot take on this was, again, I just was interested in the Ben Kuchera comment. That's what I zoned in on.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you've ever talked about Sargon like that, Jim. Have you? I mean, not in those stronger terms. I mean, you made fun of some of his,
I've cracked. I have no idea. I mean, you could go look back. I guess I don't know what I've called him.
I think called him a failure. Said he's not a man. At least I don't think.
Well, no, I've called him stepfather a few times.
Yes.
I think the meme is funny, and I've said that liberalists are cringy as fuck. But I don't recall calling him a coward or a failure or anything like that. I don't. That doesn't bother me. Again, the thing that I find funny about it is the Ben Kuchera shit.
But it's just hard to say, oh, he's just joking around when he says it.
Here's the thing, Jim. You put out a lot of videos online, and someone who watches your content kind of know what would piss you off. And I'm telling you, as a person who knows the man, he did it to upset you, to rile you up. And here I am the next day.
Well, now you're making it look worse, though. You're like, he's just doing it as a joke, but now you're saying he's doing it to make you mad, so he must be upset.
He's trolling you.
You didn't say no. You didn't say it was trolling. You said he wanted to rile me up. So I make fun of him, and now he's mad, and he wants his revenge through bans.
And a troll is the person who says something they don't believe in order to.
I'm sorry. I thought Sargon pitched himself as the leader of the liberalist movement. We've got to be smart and responsible and change politics, and I can't associate with bad things. Well, when did he declare himself a troll? Because I must have missed that.
Well, I suppose when he is talking with the Polish MP like he did yesterday, you can bring up the fact that he trolled Jim, and that will definitely ruin his reputation.
Is talking to a Polish MP supposed to be a big deal? MEP.
I don't know. Get the Polish MP as well and talk to him. See if it's a big deal.
Who gives a fuck about talking to a Polish MP?
I don't know what that has to do with anything I just said.
If you talk to the Polish Prime Minister, maybe I would give a fuck, or like an actual minister, a member of the European Parliament.
Yeah, V, I got to say, too, on Twitter, you sold it as he was going out there to protest for Tommy Robinson, but he wasn't. He was going to talk to somebody at an event that was already set up.
He did both things. Like,
no, but you tweeted it out. You tweeted it out with giving the impression that he was going out solely for the reason of Tommy Robinson. I mean,
I tweeted out that he was going to the Hyde Park speaker corner in order to protest and address the Tommy Robinson issue. Yeah. And after that, right?
No, there's no after that.
I'm telling you, after, regardless of my tweet, after he finished the protest, he went and spoke with the Polish Prime Minister.
Well, that's great, but again, you pitched it when I was giving him shit for not doing anything about the Tommy Robinson thing.
No.
As, he's going out to do something about the Tommy Robinson thing. No, he's just showing up where he was planning on going in the first place.
Also, I heard your Skype go off again, V. I don't know what the...
Yeah, this is not Sargon. I don't have a list of Sargons in it. Well, Jim, you could have asked. Like, nothing would have stopped you from asking me to clarify the issue further. I didn't think of it at the time. You asked me if he protested.
Well, it was a pretty definitive statement, V. You were selling me a bag of goods that was it's a little tainted there.
Well, I'm not responsible for what you understand. I'm only responsible for what I write, and what I wrote was...
Well, and what you wrote gave the impression that it was one thing when it was something else entirely.
No, he legitimately was, when I tweeted out at Hyde Park Corner, talking about Tommy Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I lied or did anything unethical.
Yeah, I'm just going to let the silence hang there.
Well, I don't know what else I need to say. It's
okay, so how about this, V? Sargon, he's at an airport. He's a busy man. He's going to give a college lecture. Why don't we try to set up something now to have a conversation here on the Killstream?
I told them not to go. So if you want to set something up, get a person.
He doesn't want to answer my messages, V.
No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute, V. That's a bit dickish to Ralph. You said you were trying to goad him into having a little back and forth with me yesterday. But now you don't want to set up a future back and forth with me. So how did that change in 24 hours?
Because no one gives a shit about Twitter, right? But if he goes on a live stream that says white niggers again, I think that might be a problem.
That's already out there, V.
Yeah.
That's going to disappear?
I don't want another one.
And if he has that much lack of self-control, what's he doing trying to be a fucking political figure in the first place?
Well, that's his business.
You don't have very much confidence in Sargon, then, it doesn't sound like.
No, I don't, because I see him on live streams.
Wow.
Isn't that a pretty pathetic statement about him? I mean, I don't know.
Well, I suppose it's up to him if it's pathetic or not. But I think we both.
Well, I'm saying it's pathetic, and I'm saying it's lame as fuck. It's lame as fuck and bitch made pussy move to call somebody else a coward, and then you won't show your fucking face here on live stream. Or not even show your face. Just show up.
Ralph,
it's bitch made, dude.
You want Sargon on your channel. Let's be honest. If Sargon wanted to talk to Jim, he would use his platform.
V, here's the thing. The one time that Jim and Sargon talked was on Louis' channel, correct? Is Sargon just afraid to go on neutral channels or other channels? Does he have to go on a liberalist channel?
Louis' channel is not a neutral channel. Jesus Christ, that dude sucks his
I know.
dick.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. It's a liberalist channel. That's why. Is he only going to go on channels that are Sargon leaning? Is that what he's doing now? Is he afraid to engage with anything? How is he going to change anything if he's afraid to engage with anyone?
So you had your
Jim want to do it on his channel.
Well, you guys gotta let him answer.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
You were looking after Sargon. You wanted him to change the world, and now you're disappointed. Is this what you're going with?
Talking to me?
No, to Gator.
You're talking to Zidane. That was Zidane. I'm Gator.
Sorry, my bad.
So, I don't think anybody in this call was looking for Sargon to change the world, but I'll let Zidane.
No, I'm saying.
Why are you making that argument? Why are you worried and are concerned trolling right now?
He's
on what Sargon is supposed to do and what he isn't going to do.
Sargon said it himself. That's what he wants to do. The 20-year plan. That's his thing, isn't it? He's the one
you're concerned trolling right now, Zidane.
I'm not concerned trolling. I'm just
stating a fact. Concerned trolling and tell me how you are not fitting it.
I'm stating a fact. Is he just going to do it on liberalist, right? Like, his channels.
And I am telling you that you are concerned trolling. You're not interested in the liberalist movement.
No,
I don't see you personally invested in it. and you're worried how is Sargon going to do this issue?
No, it's not. It's not even concern trolling. He's saying he's a bitch because he'll only do it on channels that are favorable towards him, and he's scared to show up after he just called somebody else a coward.
Well, I guess that's between him and Sargon to dish it out.
So here, come on here and dish it out. There you go. You literally just said it.
Well, is it Ann? I don't think you're gonna probably sway him on this. I mean, when he went on to the Morning Kumite with Tonkasa, he had like 14 special stipulations for even showing up.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
No. I mean, if that's what he's now.
If we pay him the $125 that he's charging people to see him in Manhattan, will he show up?
Hell, if I go there, what if I show up there? I can go to New York.
We could just be streaming live on the Killstream and just feed the audio through.
Yeah, I can drive over there. Does he want me to do that? We can get this done.
Did V drop out? Is he still there?
No, I'm still here, but you didn't ask me a question.
I just did. I can go to New York. He's having a speech in New
I'm
York,
not
right?
aligned either. I'm
asking you. Would you be okay with that if somebody drives over there?
How should I know if he will be okay?
You're his
with
messenger, boy.
Well, turns out I'm not.
So ask him.
You know if he will be okay or not. Just
get that guy
on Facebook like everyone else. I was invited here in order to try to get Sargon on, and I came here because...
Actually, you weren't invited. You messaged me and said, want me to join, and I sent you
the link. I mean, I can share the screenshot.
You pretty much invited yourself. Go ahead and share it. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you could have said no, Ralph. I didn't...
Yeah, but you're misrepresenting the fact. I didn't invite you on. You invited yourself.
Yeah, so, okay.
Matter of fact, V, I have invited you on this program plenty of times, and you never showed up until we were sitting here making fun of Sargon, and then all of a sudden, you jump out of nowhere and said, want me to come on? That's exactly...
When did you invite me, Ralph? Show me the logs where you invited me, and you set up a date, and I didn't want to come.
Okay, I will, if you would like. Message me if you get up early doing a kill stream in an hour or so. JF just quit the Warski show. Was going to get you on. Here, hold on. I'll pull it up on screen if that's what you really want me to do.
Let me watch as well, because
okay.
Every time someone invited me, I usually said yes unless I'm busy or something like that. So
okay, let's just.
I know you came on my channel a couple of times, and if you invited me and I was available, I would have came here as a common courtesy.
Okay, V. I'm just gonna ask you one question. Why did you tell Sargon not to come on here?
Why would he come here? Like, what
why would you say that?
Be? Like, what would he gain if he comes?
Why would you say that?
Well, okay, so Jim is a troll. He claimed himself that he is a troll. Why on earth would he engage with the trolls?
Because he already did on a Facebook message.
Wait, let me read this. Let me read this out. Up for a stream. By the way, I've been on your streams plenty of times. Up for a stream regarding the Baked Alaska thing. I said, sure, what time? We could even do it now if you're up for it. I said, send the link. We did the stream. Hey, man, featured your website in my video today. Oh, sweet, I'll check it out. By the way, I was going to see if you were down to come on my stream one day. It kind of blew up in the last week. Been at 1,000+ viewers most of the time, 2,000+ once. Now I actually have to put in work and book guests, though. LOL. It's at 11 p.m. Eastern, so not sure if you could do it one night. And you did a smiley face at it. And, you didn't say anything. And then I said, oh, cool, it was on Count Dankula. I love that dude. Then you didn't say anything. You said, oh, actually you said, by the way, I'm having failure to talk about the recent drama. Want to join as well. Yeah, I heard him mention he was coming on early on the Kumite. Yeah, sure, I think I could make that. What time does it start? Then you send the Hangout link. Then I jumped on that stream. Actually, failure no-showed you, so it was just me and you talking. Then I messaged you. Message me if you're up early doing a kill stream in an hour or so. JF just quit the Warski show, was going to get you on. Then you said, haha, just saw this. I was asleep when you sent it. So you could say you were asleep on that one. But yeah. So then I said, I'm trying to get Sargon on tonight to talk with Alsop. I don't know if he would do it, but maybe you could fill in if he won't. Then he said, nah, he won't. And this, you were definitely up. This was, contemporaneous with me sending the messages. He said if Alsop apologizes for the way... Let me finish, V.
You're usually messaging me at 3 a.m., mate.
Yeah, but you're awake. I mean, you're saying you usually come on if you get the message, and you said you didn't, and that I didn't even invite you. So
sometimes I do, sometimes I'm not. But you're messaging me in the middle of the night.
Well, the point is, you're full of shit with what you were saying.
No, the point is now it's 7 a.m.
Like, you're up. You're here now.
With the last time.
So okay, right? So you got on now, but all the other times I asked you to come on, you didn't come on.
Okay, you can have your conspiracy theory that the only reason I came on now is because
it's not even a conspiracy. Like I don't know, man.
Well, it's your interpretation of it, and I'm telling you, it's not the case. Now you can believe me or not.
Okay. But we saw for the record that I have invited you on the show.
I never denied you didn't invite me on the show. The thing that I pointed out is that I didn't came before because I couldn't. And as you pointed in one message, I was asleep.
Yeah, on one of them you were asleep, true, but on the other two you weren't. As a matter of fact, the other one you
to be fair, the one with JF, I didn't want to come because I don't want to get involved in that drama again. I made it a public statement that I'm not going to get involved about JF, and I'm trying not to. And the other one, I was asleep, so I'm willing to come on in the future if you want.
Okay, yeah.
But let me put. You said Zidane was concern trolling. Let me translate what he was trying to say in a more conducive format for your understanding. So, a long time we've been criticizing social justice warriors because they will only interact with each other in their own special little hug box. They don't want to engage with us. They don't want to talk to the alt-right, or they don't want to talk to liberalists or anti-SJWs. They just want to live in their own little perfect bubble world. Isn't that a lot of what Sargon is doing right now? Is he has a hug box of liberalists and he just wants to engage within that sphere of discussion and doesn't really want to branch out to challenge his ideas against the ideas of people who will likely be his political competitors.
Name me a single alt-right talking head that Sargon of Akkad hasn't engaged with.
I mean, that is true. He has engaged with several.
Okay, I can tell you communists he has engaged with. I can tell you feminists he has engaged with. I don't think.
Why now is the question.
Tell me how many people from the alt-right has Brianna Wu engaged with, or tell me how many people has Anita Sarkeesian engaged with.
Well, Brianna Wu did actually engage with Ralph as Ralph was thrown out of that convention.
I don't consider that an actual engagement.
Well, then how are you considering Anita Sarkeesian? She called him a garbage human. Brianna Wu wanted Ralph thrown out for being a stalker. I mean, it's the same fucking thing, right?
I don't consider Anita Sarkeesian calling Sargon of Akkad the garbage human the type of engagement we're talking about right now.
Yeah, he didn't engage with James Alsop. I mean, there
Wait,
are some people say he's scared of Enoch as well. Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
I feel like we're getting lost in the thickets here. I don't know. This conversation's taking a weird turn.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't disagree with that.
No, I don't think the criticism is accurate. If you can name me how many people you name me a person Anita Sarkeesian or Brianna Wu engaged outside of her circle, I name you a person that Sargon of Akkad engaged out of his circle, and we can see who runs out of names first.
V, you're comparing Sargon to Anita. How shitty is that already?
Well, you are making the conversation that Sargon of Akkad is like an SJW, so I'm comparing an SJW to see if the comparison is accurate or not.
That's not what I was saying. What I was saying is that Sargon has pulled into his ideological bubble and is refusing now to come out of it when he had a clear history of doing so in the past. It's a contrast. A lot of people pre-SJW would engage with people of other viewpoints too, but they hit a point at which they decided that protecting their own ideology, their own belief structure was more important than engaging other ideas that run counter to their own. That's the whole point of talking to people that are communists or alt-right, is you want to see your intellectual rigor versus theirs. And that's why Ralph wanted to invite Sargon to talk to Alsop, because you have two people that are,
and not even Gator, not wanted to. I did, and he didn't respond to the
you
message.
Did,
and by the way, we talked plenty of times in years past, and I don't even know. He doesn't even respond now. It's just
yeah.
shady,
My counter argument to that is that he actually engaged with pretty much all of the alt-right talking heads, I guess, save for Alsop. I don't know if there's
consider me alt-right? What's the excuse for not even just saying "fuck off, Ralph"? Fuck off, Ralph. I'm not coming on your show. Fuck you. Why couldn't he say that? I don't understand.
You're inviting him on your show not to talk with you, to talk with Alsop.
No, actually, I first invited him just to come on the show regularly, just as a regular guest.
I don't know if you noticed, but he doesn't come on my streams either, and it's not because he's being a dick. It's because he's legitimately busy.
No.
Right now, he's in the airport.
Ralph, Ark isn't going to play itself.
You gotta look after your wife's dinosaur.
I don't know. I just think it's a little shady, especially since we have a history. You know, like I always, you know, I won't say we're friends, but you know, kind of defended him and said, you know, I like Sargon and he's been
I
on
don't
this
know,
channel
mate.
before. Like, I don't
never-
know. It's just kind of
Jim,
shady.
give him the talk about friends on the internet.
I said we're not friends, but like we had a relationship. Like we had a
What?
dialogues. He's been on this channel before. I've been on his channel. Like I don't know. It's just
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he ever said anything negatively about you. I never heard him say anything wrong about you, but that doesn't mean that he has an obligation to come on your
No,
stream.
he definitely,
Doesn't come
dude.
on
He
my
has no obligation to show up. I'm just saying, why not even message? Fuck off, Ralph. Like
He doesn't respond to my messages either.
Well,
all
he
of
was
the
responding earlier, though. I mean,
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
this
he's
is a
watching
network,
this
I
right
guess
now. There's
that's
zero
nothing
doubt
to
he's
do.
watching this stream right now. I mean,
If you would wait for all of my words to leave my mouth, you would understand that I said doesn't respond to all of my message all the time. Like if you would bother him about it, which is what I do, but I guess you did a little bit of Eastern European assholishness in order to just keep insisting. Eventually, he does respond.
chat said we had an emotional connection.
Well, they have a relationship. I don't know.
Nah, I mean, it's not even that. I don't know. I just thought it was a little like Bush League, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong about it, but
Look, trust me, I never heard him say anything remotely negative about you.
well,
Oh, the stream got so gay, so
it did.
fucking
It
fast.
really did. So what do you think about him coming? Is he ever going to come on and talk to Jim since he called him a coward earlier? Or is that you wouldn't?
Well, I'm telling him not to talk.
I know
to
you
Jim,
said that
so
100
you
times.
can get
now.
someone else that's not involved into this. Like my whole thing was just poke at Jim a little, and you'll see him react. Going to blow off all Twitter. There's going to be streams about it. It's going to last for a week, and it's going to be funny.
A stream by Sargon. He mentioned him in his stream.
Yeah, do you think we'd even be talking about this if he hadn't said? Well, we were gonna laugh at it a little bit because Jim was, you know, pretty funny with some of the stuff he said on Twitter. But
I was on fire. What the fuck are you talking about?
but if you
Like
look at
the
the
thing
stream
on-
title, the main topic was Elon Musk, and then we were gonna, you know, mainly talk about that. But then Sargon did his stream right before this, where he, you know, he just goes off and it really personalized attacks. It wasn't just
you know what you're
LOL,
omitting, and you refuse to point out is that it was a super chat that got him to talk about Jim. It's
yeah,
not
but he
that
didn't
people.
have to say all the things he said.
The super chat didn't ask you to invite me to fly out and kiss him, did it?
Yeah.
There's nothing in that super chat about us having a gangbang in a hotel room, was there?
Like he wanted to piss you off, and apparently he did. Got you to react.
I don't know, V. I mean, I know you're trying to kind of paint this like, oh, he got me, but I sent out tweets. This nigger has been writing essays on Facebook, doing live streams, sending you secret Skype messages to relay to me. Not you deciding to relay them to me. He's telling you, show this to Jim. Seems like he's pretty fucking invested for a guy that doesn't care and isn't angry.
Well, what you're refusing to point out is that there are at least a dozen of people of day asking him to talk about Jim. You know, and
Oh, I'm
sending
sorry.
that essay-
I didn't know Sargon gave into peer pressure so easily.
Well, I'm sure you would give it to peer pressure if you had a dozen of people asking you to reveal your identity each day. Eventually, you'd snap and make an essay about why you're not revealing your identity.
How many
V,
people?
I have people ask me to do shit all the time that I don't fucking do.
Yeah, but sometimes you respond on it on Twitter. That doesn't mean you have a deep emotional connection.
Yeah,
like
but
Ralph and
V,
Sargon does. You know?
there's a difference between shit posting on one platform and taking that to fucking 19 different platforms to talk about it. Isn't there? I mean, we're talking about scope here, aren't we? You're comparing Twitter shitposts to essays, videos, and secret Skype messages being relayed to me by a fucking Romanian carrier pigeon.
I'm not going to talk about the alt-right anymore. Thread 1 out of 47.
Oh, hold on, Jim isn't alt-right.
No, yeah, this is well. I mean, it is kind of similar though. I mean, he has said a lot. He's not going to talk about the alt-right, and then he talks about the alt-right.
Well, you know, it's
I'm not
like
going to talk about Jim.
you set your
I'm not going to talk
goal.
about Jim.
You know, you can have a goal and not be able to fulfill it. That doesn't mean that when you set the goal, you're not honest about it.
He actually said on Facebook earlier, do let him know I posted this on Facebook and that his opinion doesn't mean shit.
Do let him know. Do let him know. Be sure to send this to Jim. Be sure to send this to Jim. I need Jim to know. I also like, you remember the Louis stream where I was like, so you have people giving you information about me? And he's like, that's not true, Jim. That's a conspiracy. Yet literally in his video, he says, Louis sending me messages saying Metokur's saying this. And then you're saying, I'm telling Sargon what you're saying. So does he have like little liberalist agents out there keeping tabs when people make jokes about him? Because that comes off as fucking paranoid.
Come on, Jimmy. You have a big subscriber base as well. You know that when people talk shit about you, people will point out, look what this guy said.
Well, yeah, but again, you're comparing a subscriber base to people that fucking hang out with him. You know, or a part of his liberalist movement, right? There's a kind of a difference there between random YouTube subscribers and, you know, my liberalist agents.
Yeah, and there are people that give me messages as well. Rolf wants to talk to Sargon, make it happen. You know, that type of shit. You know, and of course, you know, if I relay it to Sargon, then you'll say, oh, it's a conspiracy. They're just like, I'm the little carrier pigeon and shit. You know that when you have a big subscriber base, this happens. Like, people will tell you if there's other people on the internet talking about you. It's not that you need to hire an army of spy. You're not the spider from Game of Thrones that has an army of children going around the internet trying to figure out what's going on.
You could be totally right. Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I should be pinning this on Sargon. Maybe Louis LeVay is just a ball-riding little bitch, and the moment he sees me say something about Sargon, he scuttles off to bring the message.
Well, I don't know about that, but I have a question, right? Because I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
You talked about Sargon being a coward because, you know, he's not doing activism. He's afraid of being arrested and shit. He's afraid of the man, basically.
Did I call him a coward? I don't recall calling him a coward on my Twitter.
Okay, well, that's what I got. That is the implication I got. If you didn't do it, then that's fine. You know, it's on me.
No, I'm legit asking you because I shit post a lot, man. So you gotta point me into.
I don't remember because I was last night. I was just laughing, and it was like I was in a good mood.
Maybe this is what you're referring to. Somebody was bringing up the Sargon thing, and I said because they were like Sargon, they're trying to to one up me. So they're like, Sargon's a coward for not endangering himself and risking being thrown in jail, you know, and then signed American protected by the First Amendment. And I responded to that saying, anonymity is cowardice. Now let me show you my bravery by not discussing things that might get me in trouble. Sincerely, Paul.
Yeah, okay, so you're basically saying, you know, that he's afraid of the man. And I noticed you on the Kumate once, you basically talked about how you would want to talk more interesting stuff on your YouTube channel, like the case of Wolfie, with the guy who had the clothes hanger that was off his butt. And then
fucked himself on the coat hanger. Yep.
Yeah, and you wouldn't talk about it because, you know, YouTube wouldn't like it. Like, it would be against the community guidelines. So, you know, isn't that a comparison where you're afraid of the man as well? Like, you're not supposed to do it. You want to do it, but you're not going to do it.
Well, this is where we get into a differentiation between publicity and principles, which I think is a big fault with liberalists. It seems to me like you guys are all for low risk, high reward, but not for high risk, low reward. Oh my God, Dankula's getting an $800 fine. Let's go protest in the streets. And by the way, I think what happened to Dankula was bullshit. But you're all fine for that. And, you know, Sargon's reasoning of, well, he broke the law, you know, for Tommy Robinson applies to fucking Dankula too. Yeah, but you know, here's Tommy Robinson. You're not going to get a fucking $250,000 GoFundMe to overturn Tommy Robinson's shit. Tommy Robinson has, a reputation attached to him. So that's too hot to handle. So fuck principles. We'll go with PR and optics.
Yeah, and you know what's the difference? There were actually thousands of people protesting for Tommy Robinson as well.
Yeah, people that had balls. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, Sargon was there as well in Hyde Park Corner.
But yeah, he can't talk about it though, because he has a family to think about.
Well, no, it's because it's illegal to talk about it.
I get it. It's illegal. These laws are stupid, but let's not protest them. You know, the tyrannical government has a law in place saying we can't call them tyrannical. So
he is protesting the laws. Like he raised awareness on the issue that it's illegal to talk about. Like what exactly more would you expect?
Maybe not be a coward. Maybe not be a bitch about it. Maybe not sing me the song of maybe not sing me the song of I'm going to be a political leader, but then be afraid of taking political risks, and then trying to say shit like, oh my family. Think of my family. The motherfucker raised $125,000 because he doesn't understand copyright law. So I mean, I think financially he'll be okay. I don't think the risk he would be facing is as enormous as it's being painted. I think the Tommy Robinson case was talked about by other people. I don't think what Tommy Robinson did actually violates the law in the way they were trying to make it seem like it did. And I think the media blackout's bullshit. I mean, how can you guys bitch about Muslims committing rape crimes all over Europe and how the fucking press won't talk about it, but then you bow down and suck dick when they tell you, you can't talk about what happened to Tommy Robinson. That's against the law.
Well, okay, first of all, he's not a political leader. He made that clear plenty of times. I think
he said, I'm starting a political movement because I know the responsibility. And he made a fucking video on it, V.
It's an advocacy group, man.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it fits your definition when it's
an activist. No, okay, whatever. Secondly, what exactly more would you have him do? Like, he went there, he protested, he raised awareness on the issue, he spoke with Polish PMs about it. He's planning to talk with the guy from UKIP about it. Like, what exactly more that he isn't doing right now would you have him do?
Maybe not make statements like I can't talk about this. I have a family to think. It just comes across as just so fucking wishy-washy.
Raises awareness on the issue.
Raise awareness about what if you can't fucking talk about it, V?
Yeah, the fact that the government is so Orwellian that it's make people afraid of talking about it, like that is concerning. That would get people.
You know what else also kind of stuns me, and this goes beyond Sargon, by the way. But I think as an American, and maybe other Americans are feeling similar to this, but I am so fucking tired of listening to Europeans bitch about the Orwellian states they suffer under, and then be complete little bitches about doing anything about it, and then get upset with us because we're not going to march down the streets with you. Like, you know, nut up or shut up when it comes to this shit. Like, you guys bitch all the time about how oppressive it is over there and how terrible it is over there. But then when a little law gets in your way about you can't talk about this or you can't do this, you are like, well, we can't do that. We need to follow the law. We need to queue up and be good little lemmings. I mean, it's just
what did you do when the Patriot Act was enacted?
Bitched about it, B. Bitched about it. Didn't vote for fucking Bush after that went through. We've had about 5 of those come through after that. I mean, you're not even talking about the National Defense Authorization Act of like 2012. I mean, there have been a ton of those that have gone through.
Well, I can also point out during World War I, your freedom of speech was revoked. You couldn't criticize the government, and you couldn't talk against.
Are you at war?
People didn't rise up.
B, are you at war right now?
No, but what I'm saying is that when American rights are taken away, I don't see the revolution. I don't see people on the streets, you know, trying to take their rights back.
V, Europe is in such a chaotic, shitty state, from Sweden to England to everywhere else, and your rights are getting taken away from you left and right, and you just sit there and you take it, and then you have snide remarks for Americans when we make fun of you for it, for not standing up for yourselves. And I think as an American, I'm just fucking tired of listening to it.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that if you're not in that particular country, it's very easy to talk shit and act all bravado and macho and stuff. I'm from Romania, you know, the things that are going in Britain don't affect me, and I can say, oh, look, all these British people, they're so afraid to talk about it, yak, yak, yak. If I talk about it, nothing happens to me. If I call Martin Luther King Jr. a nigger, I'm not going to get fired for it because I'm in Romania and we haven't enslaved black people here yet. And basically, me being able to do all of these things, I kind of understand that, yeah, I'm able to do it because I'm not over there. And it wouldn't be fair to just go on and online and say, oh, yeah, I'm so tired of these little people over there that have their own little problems and their own little shit.
Maybe I'm alone in this. Let me do a poll of the room. Everybody here's an American, I'm assuming. I mean, Ralph, I know you are. I don't know about Zidane or Gator.
Yeah. We're all Americans.
Yep.
Yes.
Am I alone on this, or is this annoy you too?
No, I'm tired of hearing about them wanting, and then they don't ever really do anything.
They'll never do anything.
You know, like you guys have your own problems. You have people who are hopping the board.
We have our own problems.
We do.
So why do we have to act for you guys? Like, why are you?
No, but hold on, right? You have people that are hopping the border. They're illegals. People know they're illegals, and they manage to appear on national television as a lawyer. Sometimes even in places like politics and stuff like that. And you know, I'm looking at that, and I'm not understanding how is it possible for that to happen in a nation.
Right.
I wouldn't criticize you. You know, it's the way it is. It's
but V, I think the key difference is you don't see a majority of Americans when they're facing those kind of issues. When you brought up like the Patriot Act, when you're bringing up border jumping, when you're bringing up all these different things that America has to deal with, Americans aren't running to fucking Europeans and saying, "Solve it for us, support us in it." Aren't we so sad? Help us.
You know what's the problem, Jim? We live in the age of the internet, and culture and ideas can jump from one nation to another like wildfire. You're laughing at the British.
Well, I mean, I hope American Backbone jumps on over across the fucking pond to you lot, because you could use it.
I don't know. You have people in power that have dual citizenship, usually Israeli and American at the same time? How can they be loyal to two countries and be in positions of power?
Yeah, we agree that's a problem. No
Yeah.
one's
By the
agreed
way,
to
somebody in
that.
chat said,
But my
somebody in chat
thing
said
is,
press 1 to tell Eurocucks to stop whining and do something for themselves.
No, but here's the thing about
no,
whining, right? The firewall that Britain wants to have against porn. I personally don't think it's going to remain to porn. I think it's going to be extended to other things like, hateful content, hate websites. Things like 4chan are definitely going to require a license in order for you to be able to access.
V,
And I don't think it's going to stay in Britain. I don't think it's going
Got your
to
full
remain.
chat license.
V, let me ask you one thing. Tell Sargon to make a Twitter and tell him to tweet out Jews are responsible for 9/11 and they're the cause of all the evil in the world. Let's see how quickly he gets arrested.
I don't understand your point. Like, for 2 years, he's saying he's not living in a free country. And you're like, I will show him that he's not living in a free country. I think he knows.
I can tweet that out right now, put my local PD, put the FBI, put everything. No one's going to knock on my fucking door. Him, they'll be on his door arresting his ass.
Well, I don't know. Then tweet Martin Luther King.
I can. What's it going to do to me? It's going to do nothing. I can tell my boss that too. He's not going to fire me for it.
You know what's the difference, right? Of course, it's not going to happen.
And you're comparing illegals breaking the law over Sweden and Europe, all of them bringing in refugees. Different story.
If I go in Britain and I tweet that out, nothing will happen to me. But only when you get a large following, only when people start listening to you, then it's going to happen to you. Nothing happened to Milo Yiannopoulos when he had a small subscribing base. No one gave a shit about him, right? Only when you start growing big and you're getting a huge audience. Same with Jordan Peterson. When he was small, no one gave a shit about him and his opinions. Only when you start gathering people and you have a following, does the government care. And it's not just the government. It's usually, the journalists that are going to slander you as a racist. And the moment you're labeled as a racist, it's almost like in Japan where you're considered to be without honor. No one is going to hire you. No one wants to associate with you. You're going to be treated like a piece of shit. And if people come and break shit in your house, well, no one cares because you're a bad person. Who the fuck cares when bad things happen to bad people?
V, this is an article in 2016. It said, according to the Register, a total of 2,500 Londoners have been arrested over the past 5 years for allegedly sending offensive messages via social media. They're not all famous. They don't have any reach. They're getting arrested still.
Yeah, the absolute state of Britain. I mean, you guys, not you guys because you're not from there, V, but I mean, fuck, they need a license to jack off now, right? They need a fucking porn license over there. You can't own fucking knives. They want to bend the knives. You can't, they're up your ass about guns. You can't say offensive shit. You can't talk about this kind of press shit where somebody gets wrapped up through a kangaroo court in the span of 12 hours and thrown in for 13 months. But you can't talk about it because there's a blackout and you've got to, queue up and just follow the fucking status quo. Like, how long is that going to
Sharia courts?
How long is that going to continue? When is that going to be enough? Like, what's the line for people in Britain to say, you know what, no more? I mean, do they have to start fucking your babies in front of you? English people?
No.
Like, what needs to happen for English people to have enough?
From my personal experience, it's usually when it affects people's lives. Like, the moment that porn law is going to hit, you will have people on the streets. I'm not even joking about it. But the thing that I'm worried about is that it's going to spread, right? Like, the system they're having in place in order to block porn sites and stuff like that is going to be purchased by other countries. I'm pretty sure Germany is very interested in blocking online.
Wait, the porn's gonna get them activated, but
yeah,
the kids getting raped and their free speech.
Well, if
away.
your daughter isn't getting raped, most people don't care because most people don't even read the news. They go to work, they stay there for 8 hours, they come home tired, watch a movie or some shit, and they go to bed. That's what the majority of people do. They don't read the news. They don't know what's happening. Not to mention, like, most mainstream journalists don't even report about it.
I mean, I think I can end this conversation here. I mean, I think 2 times is enough. How many times does America have to fix your fucking shit? Like, can't your continent get its crap together? Like, we bailed your ass out in 2 world wars. I think we've done enough.
Well, I just hope it's not going to spread in other borders, mate. And
that's what we have nuclear weapons for.
I think we're going to give you an example, right? Like Germany's new law to ban hateful content from social media within 24 hours. If someone from Germany reports your videos, Jim, they're going to be placed on a priority list. And YouTube is not going to fuck around and look, is this hateful or isn't it hateful? They're going to err on the side that it's hateful. just not to get a fine from Germany, because people from Germany can see your videos, right? So shit that happens in Europe is going to affect you in some way.
Oh, so what you're telling me is people in Germany can't watch my videos because they let the government put in policies that prohibit them from watching my videos, and that's my fucking problem. How?
I'm not saying it in such a funny way, but basically yes. And it's your fucking problem because you're trying to run a business on YouTube.
Oh, all those Merkel viewers. What am I gonna do? Mom Merkel's viewers aren't gonna be watching my furry videos.
I like your shit, Jim. Believe it or not, I enjoy watching your shit, and I want to watch it, despite the fact that Merkel idiots don't want to watch it, right? So because a Merkel twat can flag your video, I'm not going to be able to watch your content.
That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
You don't want.
You can't keep asking. You can't
watch your videos, Jim.
You can't keep asking Big Brother America to save you.
I'm not asking to save me. What I'm asking is for understanding.
Oh, I understand. I understand you guys can't fix your shit. No, I understand it perfectly well.
I understand that you're cucks. It's fine.
I understand that we had problems with the way the government was running. We had problems with unfettered illegal immigration. And guess what we did? We elected Trump. Now, whether or not the wall is going to be built, we did something about it. The difference here is that Theresa May is still in power. Angela Merkel is still in power. Europeans have absolutely no desire to upset the status quo. They're too busy being overrun with refugees.
So in Britain, they had UKIP, which was a one-issue party voter. It's the United Kingdom Independence Party. And the only thing they were campaigning for was Brexit. And when they won, the Tories told their platform, because UKIP was pointless. Like, everyone was thinking that the Tories are going to push for Brexit because Theresa May, before the election, she was really hard on it. Everyone was admiring it. And the moment she got elected, she just changed stances. She immediately started cucking, and basically, Britain is going to leave the European Union, but they're still going to be under the same laws as if they're inside the European Union.
Which basically illustrates my point.
People didn't vote, okay? It's not that people didn't vote for the party that was pro-Brexit. It's not that they didn't vote for the party that was against political correctness, theoretically, because they're conservatives. They actually did vote for the proper party. It's just that they got fucked. And this is how it goes in Europe.
Is that the motto of Europe now? We got fucked? Because that seems like a story every day from you guys.
Well, I mean, I think there is hope, because there is an alliance of Eastern European nations like Poland, Hungary.
I don't think those guys are going to save you. I'm sorry, bro, but I think if you're expecting them to rush in and save France and England and Sweden, it's a pipe dream.
I don't know, France. I don't think it's that bad like it is in Sweden.
Take a walk down the streets of Paris and tell me what you think.
Yeah, that's the capital city. That's a tourist trap.
Go to Sweden. Anywhere.
Yeah, no, Sweden is fun. I'm not going to decline.
Go to London. Certain
parts of London is another capital city. Like capital cities, at least in Europe, they're tourist.
Go to Rotterdam. That's not a major city. Didn't they have 2 rape gangs, or 2,000 girls got raped by Muslims? Didn't that happen?
No, it's I'm not denying the fact that there is a problem in the United Kingdom, but I'm just saying capital cities are made to attract tourists, so they spend money. So it's not usually the place that
we're talking about populations. I mean, we're not talking about tourists that are coming by your capital cities. I mean, you can see a very definite change in the population of fucking major British cities. I mean, you can't deny that, can you? You're not going to actually try to tell me that walking down the streets of a popular, large city in Britain is going to be like it was if you walked down the streets 30 years ago.
No, I would have a few policies to change that shit if I would manage to advise someone that's in power.
Yeah, by the way, somebody in chat pointed out Theresa May was actually a Remainer. Now after the other side won, the Leave won, she kind of changed her tone, but I mean, it's kind of silly to think she was going to be like the savior of
you know what, and I actually want to follow up on one point, because I think this is something, and I'm talking to the Americans here, that we're going to have to deal with in 30 years, 40 years. See, we're so focused on the Middle East with countries like Iran and the others getting nuclear weapons, and we're worried about what a Muslim majority country might do with that, right? Because we're scared. we're going to have a bigger issue because these fucking Europeans keep importing people from fucking North Africa and the Middle East, and they're replacing their own population with them. So maybe rather than focusing on, you know, Muslim countries that are trying to develop nuclear weapons, we should start focusing on contingency plans to deal with the, you know, the English or the French or the Swedish or the others when their country is completely blacked and they already have nuclear weapons.
Oh, I keep pointing this out, right? Because it's the Jewish conspiracy that the Jews are so smart, you know, they bring brown people here that despise Jews so that more Jews go to Israel. It's like, okay, but what about the more far into the future, right? All these brown people, quote unquote, that are coming here, they're going to have nuclear weapons. How is this not a problem? You know, like, why isn't the superhuman Jewish people that are so smart, they're not figuring this shit out? It's like, okay, if we're giving them these countries,
I just want you to know to build a fallout shelter, because when the Caliphate of Europe happens, we're not saving you. We're going to nuke the fuck out of you and be done with it. There's no salvation the third time around. When you guys give up control of your nuclear weapons to a new, you know, majority population that wants to start shit with us, we're going to glass the fucking earth. And then we're going to go high-five Russia and China and go into space together. That's the fucking future plan for us.
Yeah, that's basically what's going to happen.
Now, also, here's a super chat. By the way, there's a lot of super chats. I am going to read them all eventually, but I just kind of let the conversation go. But this one was a good one. Barry Schaff says, Americans don't just let illegals cross the borders or just vote. We form fucking armed patrols to deport our border jumpers and drug runners often. Yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, well, how is it going for California?
Well, he didn't say that it completely stamped it out, but we're not really seeing a response like that.
Well, like for me in Europe, it's bewildering that there's even a conversation about building a wall. It's like it's a fence. Obviously, you need to build some shit over there. You know, and people, it's like, well, it's racist to build a fence. It's like, what? It just can't compute. You know, I can't understand the mentality of being against marking your property.
Yeah, we
like,
agree
okay,
with you on
if
that.
there's no border, then can we park our tanks into Mexico? If I was an American, that's the question I would ask.
No, we agree with you there. The only thing Trump has done recently is sent the National Guard to the border.
I guess he's being blocked on the funding for the wall.
Of course, 100%.
Yeah, I think the problem with Trump's foreign policy when it comes to dealing with Mexico is he's not, you know, he let go of his advisor Steve Bannon, who had a really ingenious plan of dealing with them, which was to carpet bomb them. So maybe
I would put mines on the border, right? And if anyone wants to risk their lives and they make it through the minefield, then Jesus wants them.
I'm pretty sure mines are against the Geneva Convention fee.
I think plastic mines are. I need to check it out. And since when did the United States care about the Geneva Convention anyway?
We don't, but it's going to be on like our property.
Yeah,
on the border.
No, it's going to be on the border. It's neutral property, right? And if someone manages to somehow sneak past all of the mines, then Jesus wants him in your country. You can even make a live show about it, you know, a television show. And get
elected V. He's mined the fucking Mexican border. They can run on that platform. He might actually win.
Well, no, because I would make a reality show about it, right?
Okay, you definitely would win.
You get money from ratings, right? And you can have bets. You know, you see a group of Mexicans coming over, and you can bet.
You're turning me on this idea, and I think this is brilliant.
Yeah, honestly, the Raza crew might actually start sending children in order for the more important people to manage through. You know, they clear up the minefields with children, so that it looks good on camera.
Maybe we could.
You're telling me that we're going to get rid of the Dreamers?
Maybe we could start a reality show where we just like live stream the Muslims hunting Europeans live, and just.
Oh shit!
I don't know, man.
Rape gang.
They already do that. They've got cameras everywhere.
Rape gangs, just see how fast they can
listen,
run away from them.
I talked about this on my stream. Apparently in London, there was a group of Romanians that were doing construction work. You know, and as it's Eastern European tradition, after they would finish construction, they would go and have a beer in the parking lot. So they were drinking in front of this Muslim store, and the owner comes up and basically tells them to leave because it's scaring off their customer, and Romanians do the kind of thing telling him to fuck off. So the owner of the store comes with his friends and starts harassing the Romanians, right? They get very aggressive. They start pushing at them, shoving them. And eventually the Romanians leave. So after a while, the Romanians come with baseball bats and they start smashing the store. They beat every little Muslim inside, you know, And it's the Eastern European beating, the one where you know how to beat someone to an inch of his life so that they don't die and look bad on camera, but they can make it to the hospital in time. And after that, the Muslims were complaining, you know, that the Romanians are violent and stuff. And they were the ones that actually said, yeah, we went there, you know, we started doing shit with them because we didn't want them to keep drinking. And the press didn't know how to report it because it was immigrant versus immigrant violence. You know, it's two groups of marginalized people.
I like how the one story you have to tell us about Romanians is that travelers are violent. Hey guys, let me tell you this Romanian story about how gypsies beat people with bats.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is a difference between assault and self-defense. You know, like you don't fuck with the man having his drink from Eastern Europe, right? Like you need that liquid bread in order to get down with your life. So, you know, it's our culture. Okay, we live in a multicultural society, and if they're going to fuck with this type of culture, we're going to fuck with their culture. It's simple like that.
Our culture's beating people in the face with bats.
Yes. Absolutely. Do you know what a good lesson is? Apparently in Russia it happened as well. Like a group of immigrants went into a club and started raping a couple of Russian girls. So the Russian people went in with bats.
Okay.
Yeah, they went in with bats. They beat the living shit out of them, and everyone who managed not to get beaten was arrested by the police. The ones that got beaten didn't get arrested by the police because it's like, well, you know, let's save taxpayers' money. You already got your punishment. You know, you're not going to do it again.
God, you know what's a really common thread amongst all of this? It seems like violence is the answer, huh, V?
Well, it depends violence towards whom, mate.
Well,
You know,
who are the people that the violence is against in the two stories you just told us?
No, see, that's the thing. I don't think it's a Muslim issue. I think it's.
But your two stories and examples were a Muslim rape and a Muslim.
Yeah, but listen, if the police would be there and they would enforce the law and the state would have the monopoly on violence, this wouldn't be necessary. You wouldn't have citizens doing crimes against its own citizens if the law would be enacted. But as we look in the United Kingdom, the police don't want to do anything because they're afraid of being called racist. This is why the problem exists. It's because of the establishment and it's because of the journalists that are pushing the idea of political correctness.
No, V.
I think I figured out. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
I was going to say, I think we figured out how to save Europe. We just need to deputize Romanians, send them into London, Sweden, everywhere, give them unchecked power to baseball bat people in the face. Problem solved. Problem staying solved.
Perfect.
Well, you're going to have an increase in pickpocketing, but you're going to have a decrease in rape. I mean, you know, maybe an increase in burglary as well, but again, a decrease in rape and terrorist attacks.
I gotta say, I really am enjoying this conversation. Now, I'm not saying Muslims are a problem, but let me tell you all these stories about Muslims being a problem. I'm not saying violence is the answer, but let me tell you all these stories about violence solving things.
Oh no! Listen, Jim. If you take any group of people you want, let's say people with blue eyes, right, and you give them the privilege of the law not being applied to them. Now, some of these people are eventually going to start doing petty crime, like, for instance, you know, not pay taxes, go with the bus without paying for a ticket. But eventually they will notice that the law isn't applied to them. So they're going to spark into more criminal endeavors. They're going to branch out a little bit into some organized crime. Now, the police is cracking down on their competition really hard, which means that it's going to flourish for them, right? And when they think they're above the law, they're going to act like they're above the law. So yeah, that is the reason you're going to say Muslims are the problem. I think it would be the same if people with blue eyes would have the privilege of the law not being applied to them.
Let me point this out real quick. Chat's pointing out that your Skype seems to be blowing up again. There's speculation that could.
Oh, it's Devil. He wants to come on.
Who?
Oh, it's
Short Fat Otaku. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, bring him on.
Hey, if you want him on, I'll get him on.
Send him the link.
I'll give him the link.
I thought he said it's devil. I was trying to figure out.
That was like devil. What?
Some gypsy term.
No, maybe. In the end, just Eurofags need to learn. It's fucking.
All right. So everybody except Sargon. The quartering was in the chat trying to get on earlier too. It's kind of
weird how it's always the same group, huh, Rel?
Yeah, I don't know.
Makes you think, right?
Really gets the
trying to throw trying to throw themselves on the grenade to protect the boss, I guess.
Yeah.
Did any one of us deny that we're friends with each other?
No.
We're not saying
we
it.
didn't say that.
We never said you
No,
denied
it's like
shit.
we're-
We're just pointing out a common theme.
It's like
We're
me saying,
noticing
oh
trends.
wow, Jim
You don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to see this shit taking place.
No, but it's like me saying, wow, Jim has a manly voice. Jim is a man. Really gets the almonds going. You know, it's like,
I'm not gonna fuck you, but thank you.
By the way, the coordinator said, "Fuck off, Ralph."
Dead silence. Gotcha.
Coordinator said, "Fuck off, Ralph. You know if I want it on, I know where the green room is." Well, we're not actually using Discord, and we have had you on the show many times, so I like the coordinating, but I'm just saying. Where's Sargon, basically, is what I'm saying, but all of his friends are around, but he's not here.
you want the fat piggy, don't you, Ralph?
I want the what?
The fat piggy.
The fat figure?
The fat piggy.
Oh,
you-
yeah.
I guess
Is Sargon the fat piggy?
is that your
You're
pet
not
name for
getting
him?
the fat piggy, Ralph.
Oh,
Is that
I'm
your
the gatekeeper.
well, I mean, he looks like a bitch. I don't know what else to say besides that.
Yeah, he's got all his like lieutenants here, but the big boss.
All
isn't.
his friends show up, but he doesn't show up. I mean, I don't know. If you think that's good advice, I can't argue with your political expertise, but
Has he finally caught his flight yet, or is he still waiting at the airport?
so
don't know, you
where
want
is
him
Short Fat Otaku, by the way? Did you send him the link or what?
He said, I'm going to go on and only address Ralph.
Oh God.
Why?
I can leave.
Oh boy.
I
What
don't know.
is-
I think it's a bad idea. Like, by the way, on the record, I advise I advise Short Fat Otaku. Hold on. I advise Short Fat Otaku that what he's doing is stupid, and he should play with
By
fire.
the way, somebody sent me this message. Please call out V on this point. In the past, he's already made himself a fool on purpose to deflect criticism from Sargon. He's stalling you guys right now again. And here we have you. You're telling Sargon not to come on. You're telling Short Fat Otaku not to come on. I mean, is that a fair criticism that you're just here to like?
Well, if you want me
make a
to
fool
leave,
of
I
yourself?
can, and
No,
you can.
man, I'd rather you stay, but I'm just saying
but
that's
no,
what somebody
listen,
messaged me.
I will tell you the answer to that criticism. There's nothing stopping you from after I leave until the end of time to just criticize Sargon nonstop.
That's true.
Yeah, I came here because I'm the manservant, and apparently you didn't ask me, but someone else said you did. So I'm here and I'm enjoying this conversation.
Okay. All right. I didn't say that. Somebody messaged me that. By the way, I don't think I actually called you a manservant. I just said it was like kind of gay to.
Let me
to
see
relay
the
Skype
exact
messages.
message that I got. Hold on.
By the way, I sent him the
I'm
link.
kind of
myself
gay in
first.
certain ways.
I have to be honest. I actually really like your soundboard. It's pretty great.
Gator's got the best soundboard.
Yeah,
in the
Gator's the
business.
one that runs that.
You just gotta not overplay it.
Yeah,
It's good shit. Yeah, you got to pick your moments.
Yeah.
he's the best at it.
No, I want it as well because I could definitely use it. By the way, Jim,
Yeah.
I will steal some of your jokes in my next video.
Then okay, knock yourself out.
They will be mine, and there's nothing you can do. Honestly, the thing with the Merc was kind of funny because I pointed it out, like, you know, Jim whispered into Andy's ear, it's like, trademark deliberate. And Andy was like, yeah, $2,000. And I was like, well, why don't you sell Mr.
Well, then
Benjamin's
he
merch?
got hoisted by his own petard on that one because Halsey copyrighted. What did he? He copyrighted Bloodsports, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you know the difference between a Jew and a non-Jew? The Jew can do it for $50, and the non-Jew had to do it for $2,000.
Well, to be fair, he had to do it internationally.
There's a difference, yeah.
Oh yeah,
But-
Halsey. I think it's all. Well, actually, I don't know how that works between Canada and America. No, Halsey's in America, so I don't fucking know.
the
I don't
problem
know.
is-
Like, Halsey explained it. It's like, if
Yeah.
I think if you trademark it in America, it goes into all the English-speaking language of the Commonwealth or some shit like that. So
but it doesn't have any basis to stand because Bloodsports have been used
going
on
to
a web.
stew about it.
It just-
For me, all of this was really stupid. But I mean, it was funny at the time, but not $2,000 funny. You know?
The first one for Liberalists was a joke. It was literally a joke. It just
Yeah, it was a $2,000 worth of joke. You know, it's just
whatever.
V. He didn't copyright it. Do you understand? That's the joke. That's the
Well-
joke. He never copyrighted the fucking thing.
okay. Well,
Andy Worski
then it's
doesn't
funny.
own
No,
the
if it didn't, then it's funny. But when he told me, it's like, yeah, I paid $2,000 for it, and it's like,
Yeah,
why didn't you laugh at
that's
me?
part
It's
of,
like,
that's
you're
part of the setup to the joke.
No, okay, then it's funny. I understand. But the way it was presented to me at the time is that he paid $2,000 for it, and I was like, what?
I'd pay $2,000 for a joke.
Depends on the joke.
Yeah. Why not?
Especially like if you're going to trademark something you can't enforce.
Yeah, you
It'd have to be the best damn joke in the world, because I'd buy a new fucking computer with $2,000.
Yeah, but people do it. People do it. It's not a crazy thing.
I wouldn't see Jim doing it.
What's that?
I wouldn't see you pay $2,000 for a joke.
I'm not gonna pay $2,000 for a joke.
You're not going to pay $2,000 for a joke. I don't think, even if you'd make $20,000 on Patreon, you would not pay $2,000 for a joke.
But I mean, then again, to be fair to Andy, if he would have gone through with it, I mean, he was making fucking ridiculous money at the time from super chats. I mean, fuck, in that first month of him doing his streams and all that shit, it must have been like $20,000. Oh no, wait! YouTube takes 30%, don't they? So whatever
and then
that
you
would
pay
work
the
out.
taxes. Then you pay the taxes, and then you also pay for the bank account, the transfers.
You can probably write off the trademark as a tax write-off too, so it would cost a lot less. You'd get it back as a business expense and stuff. Yeah, you could do that.
I guess.
No, I think you could probably.
That would have been even funnier if you wrote it off as a fucking business.
I would have 100% written off as a business expense. I would have gotten every dime back pretty much, or at least 75%.
It would be funny to justify it to the what do you guys have there, the IRS?
No, it's just you just have to add it onto your business.
No, first off, we're talking about a Canadian, so their tax thing is different altogether.
Yeah.
No, but when you have like an inspection, an audit, or whatnot, and you have to justify, like you have to prove that the expense was actually for the business. It's going to be an interesting time.
See, I don't know
Business
about
of making super chats.
Oh yeah,
I think they just send a Mountie to your house on a moose, and he asks you, "Is this all right?" And you're like, "Yep, it's all right." Okay, buddy, thank you, and he leaves. Take your word up there, from what I understand, in old Canuck land.
Yeah, and stateside, if they audit you, just give them the paperwork and say you're going to use this for this, this, and this, and most of the time you get by. So.
But anyway, Jim, now that you're here and it's not your channel, can you tell us a similar story to Wolfie, like something else you'd like to talk about, but YouTube wouldn't let you?
I don't know if I want to do it on Ralph's channel because I don't want to get Ralph in trouble.
Yeah, be careful.
We've already gotten in trouble a couple
Where's
times.
Short Fed Otaku, V?
I sent him the invite. It's up to him if he wants to take it or
No,
not.
wait,
He was like,
are you saying he came on, messaged you, said he was coming on? And
yeah,
now,
is he
backing out again? Like,
he's like, let me talk to Jim. I give him the link, and he's not coming on. I think he expected Jim to go like, "Oh, Short Fat Otaku is coming. I'm leaving."
Why would I ever do that?
I don't know.
Who's scared of Short Fat Otaku? Get the fuck out of here. No one's scared of that guy.
He is upset. He is upset that Jim didn't take his invitation. Right. So he issues an invite. V,
let's go
Look,
back
he's
to
upset. He's listening to this.
V,
Just
okay,
come on,
good.
Otaku.
Well, good. Let's go back to the beginning of the story. He does a fucking stream, and then he and Scrum Monkey, that's the other guy, right? Scrum Monkey, or is that the wrong?
It's Scrum.
Oh yeah, so him and Scrum Monkey invite me on like 4 or 5 times. I'm listening over the course of an hour, and so finally I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go on." Then he's like, "Oh God, sorry, we're out of time." And then he says, "We'll reschedule. Anytime Jim wants to come on, we'll do it Friday 3 o'clock." Boom. Okay, I'm there.
Okay,
So the first time, wait, no, I'm not even done with my version yet. So he invites me and then has to go. Then he schedules a thing and cancels it the next day. Then later that night, I'm talking to Ralph on Ralph's stream, and Short Fed Otaku's in the fucking chat.
Yes.
And Ralph's like, "Come on." And Short Fed Otaku's like, "Not going to do it." So 3 times this guy dodges me. And then what am I supposed to do? Schedule with him again? Like, do I look like a fucking retard to you?
Like, I'm all the way with you on this, but I'll tell you his side of the story, so you can judge the other side. So basically, he legitimately had to go. Like, I know for a fact that it was a coincidence.
He said he had to go play Nintendo. Who are you kidding?
No. Listen. I will explain, right? So he had to go because his attendant came in, like the landowner, in order to see about the broken pipe or some shit. And he expected that would take an hour, right? But it doesn't take an hour. It takes less. And then he's back and he goes to play Nintendo. So I'm telling you what he said. Okay, I'm telling you what he said. It's not my arguments. It's his. After that, he does say that he wanted to schedule a stream with Jim, but people on his Discord are saying they're not interested in that type of content and he should drop it. So he drops it, but then wants to reschedule with Jim after he changes his mind, and then is upset that Jim doesn't accept. That's his story. That's his version, okay?